Welcome to the Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week. Tonight from Central Park Lanes, East Boston, Massachusetts. House, Chuck Pizzella. 22 lanes, 12 downstairs, 10 upstairs. Book your birthday parties or events here. Boudreau trying to steal it. Got it. Spare to start the first of three. 2 points for a win, 1 for tie, 2 for total. 8 points on the line. Gingras picks his up for a spare. Matching spares, good start. Week 12 of 35. Every Friday night, 7:30 to 8 o'clock, live on Candlepin Bowling Network. We'll bring in Mr. Greg Gouillart in just a moment. Jonathan Rowe on a spare. 14 through 1. Richard out of Exeter Lane, Shooter Sports Club. KJ's strike on spare. What a start, subbing it tonight with a 115 average, only won once this year. Through a 345, 20 through 1, 30 plus 2 through 2. Jonathan the hole.
What are you saying?
Greg will go over the lineups here in just a moment. After this ball from Jonathan Boudreau, trying to work out of this 4-2 split. Nice out.
Yes, the
10.
power of the third ball, very good, 24 through 2.
Missed the second, made the third.
Here's the full lineups. Jonathan Boudreau, Eric Pelletier, Jeff Surette, Dave Barber, and Chris Boisvert for the visitors, Team Exeter Lanes. For Central 1, Richard Gingras Jr., Moose DeAlmeida, Billy Shiner Sr., Logan Gingras, and Justin J.T. Lyonnais.
Fireball, Eric Pelletier. Another head pin hit for him. He's pretty good on the head pin. A lot of power in that ball. 5, 8, 9, 7 left. Moose on lane 15. Joe DeAlmeida likes to call himself Moose. 4-1. Pelletier open. Moose, good second ball, spare. Nice shot, not an easy one. 3 marks in 3 boxes rather, for the home team. Central 1, the 9th seed coming in, under 500. Eric Pelletier, 9. 7-pin lead early on for Central 1. 2 marks to none in their favor. Pelletier breaks at the half Wester, gets 4. Moose on the bonus, right side, 6. 1, 2, 7 in the 8th. 16 through 1 in the first of 3. Pelletier, good second ball right beyond the 5. Good bid. Another spare for Moose.
Interesting ordering to the pins.
26 in a ball through 2. 4 for 4 marks. How about that? Erica 10. 19 through 2. Welcome, Greg Gouillart.
Check, check. Thank you very much, Paul. Taking a look at the standings here, Exeter is top of the sheet right now. They're at 72 and 16. Central 1 is 9th of 12, currently outside the playoff bubble with still many weeks left to go in the regular season.
Top 8 make the playoffs out of 12. Here's Jeff Surette, veteran bowler, drops 9. Bowled really well on the road this year. Billy Shiner Sr. flirts the strike, he gets 9. Opposite side, he has the 6, Jeff has the 4. Spare. For Surette. Shiner Sr. Will it go? No. 6-pin wants to go. Going, still going. Not gone. Tough break.
Gets the ball back at least.
That would have been
I'd
5
say
for 5.
facetiously.
How come we bowlers don't get an extra ball? You know, to get a ball return like that. You know, get an extra bonus ball. You know.
This isn't Pong rules.
Would that be something? Wasn't there for a 9.
Yeah, rough luck on that second ball. How are we sounding out there, folks? Please remember to like the video by hitting the thumbs up button wherever you're watching, and leave a comment. Good or constructive, or mean if you really want, I guess.
Jeff on the bonus, head pin hit, 6. 2, 4, 7, the 6 to the right, 16. Box through 1. Dreaded half west to right for Shiner Sr. Trying to kick it over, good bit of the object, won't carry. 4 left, 6 right. Jeff from Danvers, Mass. Originally Tewksbury, Mass. Shiner open with the 1 and 8. Surette trying to get 1. Almost got both for 9. Nice out. 25 through 2.
About the best you could do there.
Shiner in 8, 17 through 2. Over 875 videos in climbing, always free, never a charge. Please subscribe to Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. And like Greg said, Greg said earlier, like and follow us with that red button, red bell, right, Greg?
A bell of some color or another. Actually, I don't even think the subscribe button is red anymore, so I'm clearly behind the times, but wherever it is, I'm sure you can find it. It's near the video player, and we thank you so much for your support just by watching.
Dave Barber in the pocket. He gets 9, 10, strike! A turnaround strike. The 7 goes last.
Should have. It was such a good ball.
Yes, it was. Logan Gingras out of Exeter Lanes, Shooters Pub Sports Bar. Last year's #1 seed in the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour Class B. Now in Class A as the 6th seed right now. This game has gotten better and better the last 2 years plus. Averaging just over 112. Friday Night Pro League gets a 10 box. Updating the score and the marks from Greg Gouillart.
So here we are. It's a 5-pin advantage you see for Central 1, and it's 2 marks to 1 effectively. You can track that by those yellow blips you see on your screen between total and game. I'll move it so you can see it as well.
Early 5-pin lead for Central 1, the home team. Barber on the bonus, 8, 3 right, 7 left. Decent wood.
Crossed over, but good mix.
Working a strike on lane 16, back to lane 15. Logan Gingras drills 9. Boy, he throws a good ball. He's in that pocket.
Hard to do better. Sometimes the pins just aren't set up for you.
Dave, good big. Can't get to the 7. 19 the strike fill, though. 19 through 1.
Important single for Logan.
4 spare. Right on it.
Took his time, chose his line.
It's like Nipsey Russell there. They were doing, if I'm talking about, I'm dating myself, a Nipsey Russell.
Barber, 9 bucks, 28 through 2.
There's actually a game show called Rhyme and Reason. Rhyme and Reason. And there was a bunch of stuff like that.
Oh, what's the other show Nipsey Russell hosted? Another game show. I forget it, though.
I'm dating myself here.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we're joking about the thing. I missed that box there. So
9 bucks for Dave Barber brings him to 28 through 2. So Exeter with the momentary advantage, but Central 1 has 3 marks hanging.
Chris Boisvert, the anchor spot. Justin Lyonnais, JT. 1, 2, 8.
A couple of stacked up pins make these washouts difficult to convert.
For a spare. What was wrong with that shot? JT missed the head pin. Boisvert puts the 5 pin of his misery, 10 to start his match. JT, same thing, 10 through 1, first of 3 strings. 35-week season, just about the third way point of the season now.
Week 12.
Week 12 of 35. Playoffs right here for the second year in a row at Central Park Lanes. Coverage live on Candlepin Bowling Network.
That's right. Each team basically gets a turn, but multiple Central Park teams, and it's another one's turn this year.
Boisvert 5, JT gets the 5 to go, not the 9. 7, 9, 10. Wood coming out of play.
Which makes me very glad we had the chance to go to Union Street Lanes for the playoffs there before it was too late.
Boisvert, good bid. 3, 6, 10. JT with the wood. What a try. Couldn't get to the 7. Heck of a bid. Boisvert, 10.
Couple of 10s.
JT, 9.
And our first score check coming on up. Here it is. I'll check after every 4 boxes basically with the pen and paper scoring, but here you see it, folks. All scores unofficial. 3 marks up, including for Rich Gingras Jr., who comes in as a substitute today, and he's off to a hot start with the spare strike.
Exeter Lanes, #1 seed. Up 6 on Hingham coming in. Greg put the standings up early. We'll show it again later on.
I didn't visually show them, but I can announce them in a second, actually.
Sure.
Also, for clarity's sake, I'll just show it as R. Gingras on screen, but Richard Gingras Jr. is the proper way.
He's on the right side, switching lanes every 2 boxes.
Also, of course, he's a substitute, which is why he's not in the same colored shirt. It may have been a last-minute thing. That's very normal.
Working on a strike after a spare. 5 in that first ball. Jonathan Boudreau has a mark already. 24 through 2 open, 4. Second ball in the strike. Spare! What a start. Spare, strike, spare. Boudreau just missed the 6. Good try. Richard 40 through 2, 15 a ball through 3. What a start. What a sub.
So good.
A sub above.
I mean, Central 1 looking for that spark to try and climb their way back to the playoff picture.
That's a Jersey Mike reference, by the way. A sub above, in case you didn't get that one. Love their subs. They're really good food.
Not in the slightest. Let us know in chat. Exeter currently ahead, 72 and 16. And Central 1 is 44 match points back of the lead. They are 10 match points back of Academy 1.
On the spare, 5. Same thing again.
So an 8-0 tonight would close the gap. And if Richard keeps shooting this way, that's very possible.
55 through 3 at the speed limit in the third box. First string. Depending where you live.
Did they both leave hay bales?
Yes, opposite side. The bucket in Canada, they call it. Chops out the 4.
Looks like a big bucket. Usually gets smaller portions in Canada.
Jonathan, object hit, won't carry to the 610. Such an accurate bowler. Gingras, human, 8 box. What's wrong with him? 63 through 4.
2 out of 3 on the object pin.
Jonathan gets a 10, 43 through 4 on Candlepin Bowling Network. We got Bob Lee here also helping out with the new technology. Bob, tell us what's going on here with the setup tonight.
You know, we have a couple cameras we're trying out, but right now we're mostly focused on the back camera. The front cameras are a little spotty. We brought some Wi-Fi in, so compared to what we had as a rig last week, this is a much better, much more reliable signal. Here's the first ball from Moose on the head pin, light on the 2 side. 9 drop. Pelletier drops 6.
And that was 9 fill for Moose, 35
we permanently
through 2.
installed it, Paul. The point is we permanently installed the Ethernet, so anytime that they're up here, spare is good for Moose. Anytime we're up here, or anyone else wants to broadcast up here, they are welcome to use the Ethernet with the CBN on it.
Right. And no royalty fees either.
Shared resource.
That's
Shared
right.
resource.
That's right. It was best for the game. We all help each other out. Erica 7. Moose back-to-back spares, 35 through 2, 45 and a ball through 3. The Moose is loose here at CPL. Joe Stella here watching as well. Joe, a terrific ball in his prime. Moose on the spare, 6. 51 through 3. Pelletier, clipped wing eagle. For another one. He got it!
Nice. Oh, baby.
61 of the ball through 4.
4 straight marks.
Very underrated bowler. Very good, very dangerous bowler. When he gets going, watch out. Pelletier, nice out.
Get back.
And look at that. Wow, what a 10 that was. That's a wow 10. 10s don't get enough love.
Eh. We could ballyhoo and say you wanted it on ball 2, but what do you know? The shot was on.
Sometimes you can't make the easy ones. Billy Shiner Sr. on the right, Jeff Surette on the left. Shiner, right side, 7, 1, 2, 8.
Wicked sidewall kick.
Surette, perfect shot, spread eagle minus the 4.
Third straight for Surette on the head pin.
Shiner can't connect for the spare, 1 on the 8. Surette doinked it, got the 7.
I'm not sure the cap was the play. He would have probably wanted more of the 2 in the wood.
Yep. Shiner Sr. at 9. Billy is at 26 through 3. Jeff Surette at 9 to match, 34 through 3.
Good third ball, 6 becomes 9.
Joe Stella here in attendance. How you doing, Joe? Good bowler on channel. A lot of bowling for you in the past, right?
What's that?
You bowled a lot on TV yourself.
Yeah, I bowled a lot.
Back to live action. Billy Shiner, 1-3-6.
We'll need to set a better microphone up in a second for interviews, but we can do that in a second.
Surette pounds him out for a strike.
Oh, baby.
Punish the pins.
4 for
44. Plus 2 through 4.
For the man who's 4 for 4 on the head pin, aptly.
Shiner 3-6 going for a 10 bucks. Trying to get to 36 through 4. 8, 34 through 4.
Shiner didn't have a good week last week. Wants to get the engine started.
Executive producer at Candlepin Bowling Network is Bob Lee, here in attendance, helping out with the technology and some occasional commentary. Him and Greg Gouillart, the brains of the operation.
Hey, wait a second. Don't sell yourself short. I know we tease you frequently, but don't do that.
I have no clue how to do this stuff. It would take me probably a college course to get it.
Yeah.
Logan Gingras, 7 at first ball. Dave Barber, 6.
Maybe sometime while we're... Okay, now we got... Yep. We're set now, I believe. All right. Yep. Okay.
Logan, gentleman shot for a 10. Barber an 8.
Yep, had a score. We had an interruption in the broadcast. I apologize.
Okay, it's going to happen on live stream. No scoreboard here at CPL. All manual score sheets, so scores on your screen are unofficial. We confirm them every couple of boxes officially. Try to bring it to you live, rebroadcast later tonight on YouTube on Candlepin Bowling Network. Here's Justin Lyonnais, JT. Justin Thomas for the post. 19 through 2, Chris Boisvert, a pair of 10s. A dangerous bowler on lane 15. Crossing over 8, wood between the 3 right, 5 left. JT goes left, chops out the 2. 1, 4, 7, 10. Boisvert for a spare, missed left. JT grabs 2 for an 8. 27 through 3 in the first of 3. Boisvert, perfect so far, 3 10s. Perfect game in Candlepin, 10 spares and strikes.
We'll leave this big scoreboard on screen so that people can see the progress. Again, apologies for that. So we had a spare and a 10 box for Gingras and Barber in that order. That was cut out.
JT 7, wood behind the 1 and 3, trying to get to the 9 and back. Right into Chris Boisvert. Crossing over again. Is that Canadian bucket shot or the hay bale? Or a diamond plus the 10, if you will. JT missed left. Wood coming out of play.
Reminds me of a funny TikTok I saw on the Candlepin Bowling channel.
That one got away. Now a diamond.
The one run by the Finns and Kerry Fraser as well, I believe.
I didn't see it yet.
It was the, they see me rolling, they hate it, as the wood was coming back. It's nonsense, but everything on TikTok is.
JT and 8. I don't have TikTok. And
yeah.
Boisvert 7.
Well, score check.
Go back to the top of the order. Greg Gouillart, Paul Grant, Bob Lee on Candlepin Bowling Network. The Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week, Week 12 of 35 regular season matches every week on CBN. Rebroadcast on YouTube. Men's Candlepins for Cancer qualifying rounds start January 16th, 19th, 20th, and 21st. Candlepins number 4, cancer.com at Butwell's Bowling Center, Concord, New Hampshire. Live show February 10th as well. No Mike Moore in that broadcast. He'll be doing a charity event that day on his own. Separate event planned in advance. So that's January 16th, 19th, 20th, 21st for the men. Season 3, ladder 2. Candlepins number 4, cancer.com. That's for the 4. Candlepins number 4, cancer.com to register. Men's roll-offs. Jonathan Boudreau, 2, and there's a strike for Gingras. Another one.
Oh, baby.
Second one of the string. Boudreau, nice shot, spare. 53 out plus 1. Richard Gingras subbing in tonight. 73 half plus 2. Wow. Here's from when we bring up the hook. Somebody needs a sub the way he's bowling tonight. Not as well known as other bowlers. League bowler for years and years. Just bowling the Atlantic Candlepin single score a couple of seasons ago, halfway through. Was in the playoffs last year as the number 7 seed. Lost to Dean Sullivan in round 1. Dean, a great bowler. 5 in that fill, and first ball on the strike, actually. Boudreau 5 on the spare, 58 half.
Let me reorder this for you.
Just missed left, not by much. 2, 5, 10. Gingras, that one got away. Leaves up a diamond, 6 on the strike. Nothing wrong with the 79 half. Boudreau, nice 10. Outstanding shot.
Nice. The fill was 7, or was it less than that? I apologize.
6 for Gingras. Jonathan's, I believe, is foul. I'll check that for you in a second. Richard Gingras, a 9 box there.
88 through 6 for Richard Gingras. This is Eric Pelletier on a strike. His first mark to get it started. Moves DeAlmeida, strike on spare. And he responds with a big-time hammer of his own for his 5th mark. Jonathan's score is correct, so that's all correct. Thank you. That confirms Exeter's score. The Moose is loose. Pelletier's first ball on the strike is 7, actually. The 6-pin fell very late. Moose, he's on a heater. He's got the check mark. He can chain this together.
It's at 81 half plus 2.
Both bowlers on a strike. Central 1 very much in control at the moment. Pelletier, 1-3, didn't go.
What's wrong with that shot?
Moose is amped up, and it calls the ball to get away. 7.
88 half.
9 fill, 9 box. And an 8.
96 through 6 for Moose. Eric Pelletier, 64 through 6 on Candlepin Bowling Network's Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week. Jeff Surette's on a strike, 44 plus 2 through 4. Billy Shiner, senior. Shiner looking for his first mark, 34. Surette missed left, 1, 3, 7, 8, 10. Shiner goes right, gets 4. Surette, head pin egg, good shot, leaves up to 7, 8. 8 in the strike, 52 through 4. Shiner just missed the 4 for his first mark. Jeff, 8.
8 fill, 8 box.
60 half.
That's it.
Billy gets the 10, 44 half. Central 1 up 31 right now. The number 9 seed leads the number 1 seed, Exeter Lanes. The great owner, Rob Ficarra Sr. at Shooter Sports Pub, 6 Columbus Ave, Exeter, New Hampshire.
Moose had nothing higher than 117 last week. This is going to top that.
Surette pounds 9, 10 pin for a spare on lane 16. On 15, Shiner, 1-1 split, 3 right, 4 left. First string of 3. 348 is season high series. Jeff's 389. Spare! He's been good this year, really good. And what a shot! Billy
Nice.
Shiner's on the board. 54 ball, and a ball through 6. Surette 70 a ball through 6. Jeff coming in with 119.88 overall average, 124 away average. Billy Shiner 109.12 overall, 113.20 away, high 3 of 348. Logan Gingras on the left, Dave Barber on the right. 50 for Dave, 47 for Logan. Barber for strike 9.
Almost
7 pin.
Almost a second.
Gingras just missed right, steals 8, 9, almost the 10. Head pin stands.
As it should be. You have to hit the head pin at some point, right?
Barber gets the spare.
And
60 half plus 1.
And boy, does the side of his head look lovely.
Gingras right on it, spare to match. 57 half plus 1. 31 pin lead for Central 1, looking for the upset. On the top seed, Exeter. Plenty of time left. Exeter can put 8 or 9 or 10 in a row. They did it earlier this season, one of our broadcasts. Strike bid 8, 9. This time it's the 6 pin to contend with. 69 half. Gingras 5. How many times have we seen this shot today?
Yeah.
62 half for the 25-year-old.
But when you're against someone like Barber who's just plunking everything where it needs to be.
Like that, spare. 79, the ball through 6. Who is this guy?
Could be a long night.
Gingras, good bid on the object. Won't get to the 4-7.
But keeping accurate like that should yield good results. He does have 2 marks, Logan does.
The rise of Logan Gingras. Average the last couple of years have gone about 5 or 6 pins.
He's
9
got
bucks, 71 through 6. The mark situation, Greg, and the pinfall situation?
It's 3 marks to 1, so Exeter is chipping into a 26-pin deficit with 2 extra marks at the moment.
You can see the yellow mark at your screen of home viewers. The yellow boxes, depending what shows what bowlers are on marks. So the first, third, and fourth bowler.
The little blips between total and game.
Double strike is green. Have you got a triple strike red one yet for triple strike yet? How about a quadruple? How about a Peter Crawford 6 strike and no mark?
Pink, I guess, just for you.
Not into pink. I like blue. JT on the left, Chris Boisvert on the right.
I could name snooker ball colors all day if you wanted.
Cyan. C-Y-A-N. Boisvert missed everything. JT got the 1-10 somehow. Refs are on the 3-6, 7-8 left. Open their first 5. Good pinning, 9, 46 half for Boisvert. JT, nice out, 10. Great shot. 45 half. Lead is 27 for Central 1. And Exeter is a tough out. They've been tough all year. JT coming in with a 109.9 overall average. Away average 111.40. Boisvert crosses over, has the half west right, the 3 and 9. JT's high 3 this season, 356.
Oh, yes.
There's a strike and a fist pump. 55 half plus 2, 55 to ball through 6, I should say. Past the halfway point of the first. 55 plus 2 through 6, his first mark of the match. Hammer time. Boisvert's got Wood to the right of the 3. And he got it on the board. 56 in the ball through 6. And back to the top of the order, the update for Mr. Greg Gouillart.
There we are. We got 27 pins, minus 2 marks for Exeter right now. Current mark situation is 13 to 11, so that's about right. Pinning is exactly even at 17 pins left standing apiece.
And I haven't said it yet. I'm trying to keep it to a minimum, Greg, but I just want to give you proper credit.
Do it.
The soothing sounds of Greg Gouillart.
Nah, you're fine.
One and done.
No guilt. Life's too short for guilt.
It's great working you two together. Richard Gingras on fire here in the first. 4 left, 10 right. 88 through 6 coming in. Jonathan Boudreau on a spare. Before Westman right, 1, 3, 6, 10. 74 through 6, trims the lead to 21.
Wait,
Central 1.
He's not on a spare. I'm not sure why the smudge is
Okay,
up.
so no
Sorry.
spare. So make it 68 through 6.
It was 3 marks to 2.
Gingras, oh, he got it!
Whoa. The rolling wood was working for him on each of those balls.
Rich is rolling in the first, literally.
5 of them.
Jonathan hit the head pin, nothing else.
5 marks for Richard. 5 marks for Moose.
Boudreau at 9, such an accurate bowler. Just watch his mechanics, his cadence in the lane is very impressive.
And that's tough when you're throwing a left-hander cross lane like he does because the pocket's not available. The 1-2 pocket disappeared on the first ball, so he's chipping it effectively all the way on the outside. That's why it's so tough to get 10 out of that.
77 through 7. 7's a while for Jonathan Boudreau. Richard Gingras, 98. 98 in the ball through 7 in the first of 3. Subbing in tonight. On the bonus, crossing over, 7 more. 105 through 7. 3, 5, 7, left, right to left.
Whoops.
Boudreau, 5-1 split.
Crossed over.
What were you saying about the 1-2? Tough break. Gingras, another one.
What?
Oh, will it go? He does! A second tap!
So good. It took a couple of pieces of persuading wood, but it went.
115 the ball through 8. Jonathan missed left that time. 2-5, 8-10. And Richard Gingras and Logan Gingras always have each other teasing each other about who's going to win. The father-son combination doing quite well tonight so far. Jonathan 2 for an 8. 85 through 8. Center went up 37 here in the first. 2 points for a win, 1 for tie, 2 for total. Week 12 of 35 on Candlepin Bowling Network.
Not at all the storyline we were expecting going into this one. This one's going to be good. But if you've watched enough Candlepin Bowling, you know nothing is what it seems on paper nearly all the time.
Speaking of red hot, Joe Moose DeAlmeida, Moose 96 through 6. Eric Pelletier 64 through 6. Moose for a strike, 9. Kingpin left up to 5. Pelletier just missed the head pin. 1, 8, 10. For a spare. He got it. Made it interesting.
He's there.
106 in the ball through 7. Magic 106.7. Joe Moose DeAlmeida. See, I have some soothing sounds too, Greg, you know.
Yesterday's hottest hits.
I'm Casey Kasem.
That's a good shot. 110 gets the 10 bucks.
Eric Pelletier, 10 bucks, 74 through 7. How about this? Central 1. 4 marks to 3 and up 37. Home cooking so far. Richard Gingras Jr. making a name for himself tonight. Very good bowler, 115 league bowler. Moves 2 that time on the spare, 108 through 7. Pelletier floods the strike, leaves up the king.
Punch out like that puts in perspective how well he had been doing to that point. That's the other side of Candlepin.
Moves a banana split plus the head pin.
Now he's got a pin.
Pelletier right on it, spare. 84 in a ball through 8. Exeter trying to make a last-minute push here to get the first 2 points. Now the marks are 4-2 for Exeter. Moose trying to get at least 3 here. Hit the head pin, got 2 for a 7, a rare 7 tonight. 115 through 8, a fine string for Joe Moose DeAlmeida.
He had an 8 as well, but yeah, that's the sort of ball you want to throw in that spot. Too bad.
It was the Riverwalk Lanes, Amesbury, Massachusetts, Mark Ritchie's house. And the world record holder for 3 strings at 519, Mark Ritchie. Hosting the ladies' Candlepins for Cancer. Season 2 kickoff this weekend.
Which you can watch live on Candlepin Bowling Network.
1 and 3 this weekend. Shiner Senior on his first mark, 3. 57 through 6, both. Jeff Surette on a spare gets 5. Clipped wing eagle, 75 through 6.
Jeff still only missed 1 head pin.
Shiner, good second ball, got it, spare!
Ooh!
After 0 for 5 without a mark, 2 in a row, 67 in the ball through 7. Surette 2-4, 3 to the right.
3 splits among that collection for Surette.
Jeff grabs 1 for an 8 box, 83 through 7. 36 pin lead for Central 1, the number 9 seed, under 500, trying to get closer to 8th spot with still 23 weeks in the season after this. Lots and lots of time left.
Marks have to be filled, but currently Central 1 in a commanding position. If they're not filled, then Exeter can start chipping into the 36 straight away.
Jeff's high 3 this season so far, the first 11 matches, 389, 119.88 overall, 124.60 on the road. Billy Shiner, 113.20 away average overall, 109.12, and a 348 high 3 this season. So far, lane delay on lane 16.
Yes, so I suppose I'll run down the standings right now. Currently in first place is Exeter, 72 and 16. Next in line, Hingham, 66 and 22. That refers to the South Shore Country Club team. 64 and 24 is Central 3. 58 and 30 is Central 2. That's 14 match points back of the lead. Then Academy 2, which recall was way down there in the standings.
Defending champ, they were 4 and 24.
Yeah, 48 and 40 at the current moment, and I had a feeling that they were low in the standings in the early going. Maybe the injured
some
Dave
teams
Godwin.
threw 700s out, and they got some big strings to them in the beginning too.
So, but finally, their fortunes seem to be turning right here. Academy 3, 46 and 42. Metro Bowl, 40 and 48, and then Academy 1, 38 and 50. Here we see Central 1 out of the playoff bubble for now, 28 and 60, and then followed by Lafayette, Riverwalk, the same house effectively, and Ryan's Millis in that order, 10 through 12.
Peter Crawford has the high single. The only bowler to get a triple strike so far this year. He gets 6 in a row. That 227 house record. So he gets he put the money in the triple. So he gets all the money. That I don't think it's going to happen, obviously, but
Yeah, it's a real shame. He has to split it for himself because he hit the triple strike
I know.
rule twice.
2250 is split for himself. What would he do with that money?
He's the first and second bowler to hit it. But, yeah, so everyone, like many triple strike pools, everyone enters in a certain amount of money at the start. And you got
4,500 starts at. Last year
Yeah.
was 5,500, so a little less this year, 4,500, based on how many people put into it. But $4,500, not a bad jackpot. Even if 10 people hit, you still make some good money.
It does incentivize bowling in a fast house there for that particular like niche jackpot shot. But, yeah.
Top 10 bowlers.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were talking about high.
Waiting for lane 16 to get fixed here.
Exactly. It gives us a chance to share these statistics because we never have time for that otherwise.
Those are away averages.
Yeah, but it is the best sign of it. Away averages, which also are determined by some home averages as well in select games to balance it out. Josh Daly, 130.7 in effect.
The destroyer.
Next one is Justin Waters at 126.5, also very good.
Waters World.
Peter Crawford Jr., we aforementioned, 125.2, bolstered by that, no doubt. Jeff Surette, you see here, is in fourth place, 124.6. Craig Holbrook, 124.2. And then 6 through 10, Nick Leach, Nate Lees, Tim Douglas, Tim Jalbert, and Nick Norcross, all averages north of 120.
And how about Tim Douglas? Tornado last week won the Pro Series.
Yeah, a couple of Tims in that Pro Series coverage,
Tim
which,
Susi.
again, we had on Candlepin Bowling Network out of Sanford, Maine. Tim Susi, as you mentioned, had that 740 something.
The bowlers in tonight's match, though, as well,
So we know over the average. Look over the averages now for tonight. Overall average, Jonathan Boudreau, 119.11 in the first spot. Eric Pelletier, 114.83. Jeff Surette, 119.88. These are the overall averages, home and away combined. Dave Barber, 114.73. Chris Boisvert, 119.15. For Central 1, Logan's Gingras, 112.50. Richard Gingras Jr. subbing it tonight. Only bowled once, had a 115 average of 345. He's on fire tonight. Billy Shiner Sr., 109.2. 109.12. Moose, 105.12. And Justin J.T. Lyonnais, 109.09. Those are the away averages for Central 1. Again, Chuck Vizell is trying to fix lane 16, a slight delay. Thanks for your patience. You're watching the Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week on Candlepin Bowling Network. On YouTube and Facebook, Paul Grant, Greg Gouillart, Bob Lee, live. We broadcast later on tonight also on YouTube.
Do I not even have a...
Billy Shiner on lanes right now waiting for a reset on 16.
Trying to see if I'm even going out on YouTube. I thought it
I
was.
think we're ready to start now, finally. Thanks for your
There we
patience.
go.
It's about a 5-6 minute delay or so, maybe longer. And we're back to live action. Thanks for your patience again. Central 1 has a 36-pin lead in the mark situation. 3-3. And you could say a rain delay. I call it a lane delay. No tarpaulin, no tarp.
What a time to ice Shiner, though, who's been feeling it recently.
That-
Jigs.
Two fill, a 3-2 fill is marked, 69 through 7. Surette pounds the strike zone, 8-2-7, baby split on lane 15, back to lane 16. Shiner going for 3 in a row somehow. That one went too far right, 1-2-4. Surette picks it up, spare. I'm going to find first string, 93 in the ball through 8. Shiner 10, 79 through 8.
And spares make for good pinning as well. Hasn't lost a pin in the past 4 frames.
Dave Barber, season high, 370. Chris Boisvert, 389 for Exeter, 389 for Jeff Surette. Also, 379 for Eric Pelletier, 378 for Jonathan Boudreau. For Central 1, Logan Gingras has a 362. High 3 this season, done it twice. Billy Shiner Sr., 348. Joe Moose DeAlmeida, 355. JT Justin Lyonnais, 356. Barber on the bonus. 5. 84 through 6 in the first of 3. Gingras just missed the head pin.
Yep. 4 marks for each of Surette and Barber.
For another one, Good bid. A little too accurate. Opposite side baby split 310. Logan crosses over for 10 box, 81 through 7. Dave Barber in the object pin to 3, gets a 9, 93 through 7. 34 pin lead for Central 1, trying to squeak out the first 2 points. They're down a mark, 3 marks to 2.
Current mark situation is 17 marks to 13 in favor of Central 1.
Gingras on the nose. Look at this, the 1 and 9. Yikes.
Ooh.
Dave, 1, 7, 8, 10. Which shot you like better?
Yeah, you blow out the middle rows, and that washout becomes infinitely more difficult to complete.
Advantage Barber in a sense with that wood.
The danger with Logan is he doesn't want to chop.
Good bid.
Good ball, though. Could have easily gone much worse.
Barber for spare. What a try. Right over the 7-8 would not come down for a landing. Stuck at the airport, circling around. Logan a 10.
Very good pinning.
91 through 8. Dave Barber 9. 102 through 8. First of 3 strings on Candlepin Bowling Network. Both bowlers on spares, their first marks.
And a shot like that, when your season's been off to a brittle start, you don't want to make your strings brittle by having some bad pinning involved in there. Logan doing very well, and he's only lost 1 pin his entire string.
JT's actually on a strike. He's got 2 in a row.
Oh, yes.
The daily double. You should have Josh Daly reserve that comment. 75 plus bonus balls through 7.
A JT double, I guess.
Boisvert's bonus is 6. 4 left, 3, 6, 10 right. 62 through 6.
Huge momentum swing.
JT going for the post of Thanksgiving turkey. 3 strikes in a row. Kevin Dietrich got the Thanksgiving Eve turkey. Boisvert just missed by a smidge. Gave him Miller specs, or less.
Yeah, some people probably still have some turkey kicking around.
My cat ate all of it. Cats rule. Boisvert, nice out 9. 71 through 7.
Boisvert hasn't missed a head pin for about 5 frames now.
I thought you were going to say the century.
Lyonnais only had 1 head pin hit before he's got 2 strikes.
Over the turkey, 3 in a row. Parallel time instead.
What a time to find it.
26 in that first double strike box up to 81. Boisvert skips left. 4-2 split. Second ball on the double strike. Good bid. 8 more. 89 through 7 overall. That's a bounce back from an open first half. Boisvert skip lobs it. Banana split. JT doinks it. Gets a 9 box. 98. 98 through 8. The power of the double strike. Boisvert with the wood. Grabs the short 2 for an 8 box. 1 below the minimum. 79 through 8. The first of 3. Back to the top of the order. The final 2 boxes for each bowler. Greg Gouillart checking the official score. Unofficially a 55-pin lead. 498, 443. Central 1 up 55. The mark situation favors Exeter 2-1. And they're known for putting a string together. Would love a quartet of marks here. Jonathan Boudreau, 85 through 8. Richard Gingras Jr. on a spare. The only mark. 115 the ball through 8. He's been terrific subbing in tonight. Boudreau back of the pocket. Spread eagle. A little too full. Red hot Richard Gingras Jr. on the nose. He has a 2-1 split. Make it a 1-1 split. 4 left, 3 right. On the spare. 123 through 8. Jonathan, same spot. Lead of 63 for Central 1. Who would have thought?
All scores on your screen are now confirmed.
Gingras another one. Field goal. How dare he miss a shot like that?
Would have wanted the right side of that, but still very difficult and no guarantee.
Jonathan gets a 7 box, 92 through 9. When you're hot like that, you don't seem to miss anything. And you got the option pin that time for a 9 box, 130 132 through 9.
Boudreau's actually on a slide right now. Spare 10-9-8-7.
57-year-old Richard Gingras Jr. from Newmarket, New Hampshire, bowls at K&G's Sports Bar there in Exeter Lanes. 115 current league averages, a 124 average for the whole season, once upon a time. And Boudreau, another spread eagle, this time throwing the 9.
Boudreau's actually got his push-off shoe taped down. You may recall he was using rental shoes as Gingras drops 8 during the Pro Series as well, and that's because he actually blew out his push-off shoe during last week's Friday night match.
What a bid. Will it go?
Oh!
It does! Wow, what a shot for a spare! How about that? Spread eagle plus the 9. You can't make the easy one sometimes. Gingras missed the head pin. The wood took it, but not the 9. Trying to get to 142.
So good.
Does. 142. Richard Gingras Jr. Overall high single 179. His high triple 454. High 5 624. Over 40 years. 40 years of Candlepin bowling.
Still time for Exeter to cut into this deficit that they need to start immediately.
Boudreau on the bonus. No spread eagle this time. It's 8.
Oh, it's the Millis 8.
110 first string. And what a shot. The spread eagle plus the 9 for a spare. And what a shot that was. And that could be a factor down the road in the total.
Yep.
Great finish.
3 marks for Boudreau to get to that 110. 6 marks for Richard Gingras, 142.
And how many head pin hits did Jonathan Boudreau have that string hit? Quite a few.
I only had him down for 3 misses, so I guess 7 in effect.
Okay. Wow.
I'm not certain about that, but
Eric Pelletier on a spare, 6. Joe DeAlmeida red hot, 115 through 8 coming in. 6, 9, 7 left. Pelletier, another one. Ooh. We try again. He had 6 net spare,
yep.
90 through 8. Turns to 51 for Central 1. Most of the wood won't go. 6 right, 7 left.
Not sure what he was supposed to do with that wood, in fairness.
Pelletier gets to 10, 100 through 9. Moose, field goal for an 8 box, 1, 2, 3 through 9. 49 pin lead for Central 1.
Yeah, Moose is only he's 6 for 9 on the head pin.
Pelletier, strike! Woo! Bombs away, baby!
Scorcher.
Moose, head pin hit. 7, 8 left. 3, 6, 10 right.
Let's see. Ooh, that gets away there. Third ball coming up.
I think John Boudreau can make a case for shot of the year on that one. At 3-4 spread eagles for a spare. Moose chomps out 2 for a 7. Nothing wrong with the 130 opening string. Richard Gingras and Joe DeAlmeida at the table says a 272 combined. 270, right? Richard at 142, was it?
Yeah, 272.
272 combined, not bad. Pelletier on a strike. Going for double. Reverse triangle, -1. 6 right, 9 left.
Threw the ball for it.
Trying to get to 120 in the first.
Did you expect this going in?
2 strikes for him this string, Greg?
Yes, indeed. 2 strikes and a spare.
Ooh. 9 box.
Phew.
119 opening string for Eric Pelletier.
Got a stick on the way by. Little things can make a big difference later.
Jeff Surette, 93 in the ball. Billy Shiner Sr., 79 through 8. Jeff has the only mark for either side. His team's down 37. A strike will make things interesting. Takes down 7, maybe?
Get over.
7 it is, maybe 8.
Get over.
Make it 8. 6 and a 10 for another chance. Cuts to 29, just like that. It was in the 60s, a cup of coffee ago. 101 through 8. Shiner 4-7, 6 right. For another spare. Yes!
Back to back. Coffee at this hour, Paul?
You don't want to see me on coffee. I don't like coffee. I hate the taste of it. Like those old Dunkachinos, you know, it had a caffeine kick, but didn't taste like coffee. It's not like I do like 85-15 to make it right.
Get your plugs in before we actually take sponsorships.
Not really. We should get them to sponsor us.
Yeah, 8 bucks for Shiner.
Heavenly Donuts makes better stuff there anyway, I think, anyway.
Yeah.
Merrimack Valley, 8 for Shiner, 87 through 9, leads 27, just like that. Surette can cut it into the teens.
Mm-hmm. They are starting immediately.
That's why you can never count them out. No lead is safe. against the stacked team Exeter Lanes, #1 seed. Surette, 5. Not happy with that shot, but 116 through 9. Shot is just 3. Leads down to 22.
Pinning might matter too.
Surette,
Yes!
score! Great shot by a great bowler. 3 in a row. 126 in the ball. Shine tries to steal it. 1 of the 3. Hold on to your seats, folks. It's a horse race coming down the stretch. Shine at $10.
Yep, 97.
97 opening string. And Surette is trying to cut it to as low as 12 in the string with a strike on spare. Trying to get to 136.
Oh!
Spread eagle.
Good string, though.
14 beats a 10. 130 opening string for future Hall of Famer Jeff Surette.
Great
for Exeter
string.
Lanes, #1 seed. Cuts to 18 all of a sudden. No marks on the board. 4 boxes left. Dave Barber on the right, 102 through 8. Logan Gingras, 91 through 8 on Candlepin Bowling Network. 2 strings after this. Greg.
Big shot here. 4 boxes remaining to get maybe 3 marks for Exeter. Pinning could matter too, though.
Parallel pins plus 9. Does have a plank behind, in between the 2 and the 8. Gingras steals 9.
Ooh. Or the pinning could just help it itself. Isn't that the second time he's done that?
Yes. Barber. Oh. Couldn't get to the 2. Good bid.
Hit the spread eagle pins. Harsh.
Logan trying to stop the bleeding. He missed it. The wood comes back. Whirling and twirling.
Wouldn't that have been something?
And Barber at 9. 111 through 9. Gingras wasn't there. 9. 100 through 9. Every time I said 9 drop, the head pin doesn't go. It seems like 1 and 2. Bob Lee did a study, Bob, and it's about 59% when they convert that single pin on the head pin.
Not applicable here. Sometimes that could refer to bowlers who have less head pin accuracy overall, but.
Yeah. Final 3 boxes. Barber needs a mark. It's 9. The wiggle on the 5.
Great way to bust up that head pin cold streak he was on.
We're down 18 right now. Gingras missed right. 4-2 split. Advantage Barber. Huge spare. He missed it.
Needed the pin itself.
Tough break. Gingras in the hole.
Like I said, there's always the specter of pinning. There's always the possibility of this might matter. 6 remaining.
Dramatic finish here at CPL in the first of 3. Barber gets the second time around. 121 first string. Gingras big out. Does. 9.
Yep.
Whew. He's saying, phew.
Yep.
109 opening string.
Yep.
Lead is 17. They still have a shot.
Secures the margin.
Final 2 boxes. Boisvert needs 2 marks.
Boisvert had a chunk of 5 head pin hits in a row where he only got 1 mark out of it.
2 strings after this. JT 98 through 8. Power that double strike. Best Boisvert 79 through 8. Chris on the stage many times in his great career. Now it's the strike zone. 6.
Get over.
6 wants to go. Holds up. 2, 4, 7 left. JT. Triangle. 5, 8, 9. 10 right corner. Still like Chris's shot better.
For certain.
For a spare. He got it! Whoa, what a shot! JT, good bid. Just missed a 10. Hold on to your horses, folks.
Good, important pins to get.
Like I said, Chris Boisvert, big time down the stretch. JT in 9. It's a 16-pin lead for Central 1. A strike to cut it to 6 and a potential win still for Central, for Exeter rather.
Yeah.
On the road.
Exactly. If Boisvert marks and Lyonnais doesn't.
JT 107 through 9. Chris Boisvert 89. The ball through 9.
Count is a must.
How big is this fill? Back in the pocket, 7. The setup shot and called in Canada, not an easy one. Cuts to 9.
Oh.
JT for a strike, he gets 9. 6 pin left up. They were down 60 something. It's 9 pins.
Not over, but a great development for Central. Let's get a shot of those leaves again, if we may. Look at that for Boisvert. The setback, I believe they say even. 4, 5, 7, and only one piece of the wood. Usually Dan Castle would expect 2.
For a spare, gave it a try. Center 1 survives the first string to get the first 2 points over the number 1 seed, Exeter. JT spare.
Had it anyway.
117 the ball in the 10th.
Some say play the 5 into the 4-7, but that's a debate.
Chris 10. 106 opening string. Great comeback by Exeter, fall short. 9 pin lead for Center 1, plus this bonus ball from JT. On the extra session, 5, 122 opening string for the Ankavola, JT. They survive by 14 pins, and even 600, 120 average for each bowler, 586. What a string. Center 1 has the first 2 points from Central Park Lanes, East Boston, Massachusetts, the Friday Night Pro League, Week 12, Game of the Week on Candlepin Bowling Network. Paul Grant along with Greg Gouillart, Bob Lee. Great to be with you again. We'll get an update from Greg Gouillart when he gets a chance in just a moment. As bowlers switch sides and back to the top of the order. And how many hit hitters did Chris have in that string? He was really...
Chris Boisvert, I mean, he 7 out of 10.
Yeah, he's throwing a good ball. Some tough breaks.
Yeah. And right down to the end, 2 splits on the end.
And you got the 2 table setters for Central 1. Richard Gingras Jr., 142. Joe Moose DeAlmeida, 130 for Central 1. And they only won by 14. Boudreau starts off with a strike almost.
Get over 9, you were hit. I say neutrally, I just hate the pins.
Meanwhile, on the right side, Gingras a check mark plus the 7, starting the second of 3. That one got away like a Southwest airline commercial. 3, 6 right, 7 left. Want to get away? Boudreau right on his spare to start the second.
Like the last string.
Just so accurate. Gingras grabs 1 for an 8.
I mean, 142 is not a realistic expectation. Again, if standard pro average in this game is 120, Daly's 130 is been done historically, of course, but it's stratospheric. But so you're gonna statistically regress from that 142, probably. Just don't get amped up about it. You gotta stay within yourself. Even a good string, and you got a good series going.
1 to 3 for Gingras Jr. Boudreau on the bonus slams down 9 again. This time it's the kingpin, the 5, weebling and wobbling.
And now that pin won't get over.
19 through 1. The deficit is 3. Central 1 up 3 in the match. Gingras spare.
Outside.
18 the ball through 2. Boudreau going back to back. No problem. 29 the ball through 2.
Best possible start. Oh, hi. Hey. Wait, where are we? Why do I not know where the camera is at all times? Hey, how's it going? We got Eric Pelletier and Moose DeAlmeida up right now.
The Moose was loose in the first, 131st. Great guy. 1, 2, 4, 7. Eric Pelletier breaks up the post with the 4s from right, the 1, 3, 6, 10. DeAlmeida for a spare. Got the 1 and the 2, not the 4, 7. Pelletier for a spare. He got it.
Nice.
Not an easy shot.
Not with that pocket. Facing away.
Spare to start second. Moose gets the 10. And Exeter can take the lead in the match. They're up 11 in the string, down 3 in the match.
It is actually Moose's first 10 box. He had 10 pins lost in that string and had 130. So he had 40 bonus pins, in fact.
Just missed right. Another 4 spin for him. Pelletier spare is 4. 14 through 1. That gives the team a 1-pin lead in the match. Down the mid-60s.
2 per string, 2 for total.
Moves just a bit outside.
Do us a favor, folks. Hit the thumbs up button on whatever platform you're watching on. And I know we had a stream interruption.
What a shot for a spare for Pelletier. How about that one?
But we don't want you to miss too many more great shots like that one. So hit thumbs up wherever you're watching so that more people can see great outs like this.
Thumbs up shot for spare for Pelletier. Nice out for Moose. 2 10s, 20 through 2. Eric, 24 and a ball through 2. Billy Shiner Sr., 97 is first. Jeff Surette. What did Jeff's first string? 130 was it?
130.
Yeah. Shiner crossing over 9. Same spot for a spare. The 5 is the king. Surette crossing over. Thin hit gets 7. 3-5-9 on lane 15.
Crossovers leave kings. That's my one for the day.
Shiner. Spare. Third spare of the match. Had 2 in the first, back to back. 10 on the ball. Surette. Got it. Spare.
Oh. Yes, yes, yes.
He told me it's going to be really good this year. The COVID affected his bowling, and it wasn't quite the same. He's determined to be great this year, and he has been.
Exeter's throwing a spare every single box. Hope the pencil doesn't run out of graphite.
Especially on the road. And the finals are here this year, again at Central Park Lanes. Matching spares.
Academy 2 found the championship last time here on these very lanes.
And they've been scary lately. They're getting back to last year's form right now. After a 4-24 start in the playoffs right now as number 7 seed. China 17 through 1. 1-2-5. Surette's bonus ball. He gets 9.
Ooh.
4 pin for another one. 19 through 1.
Full head. I mean, he got the head pin. Just would have expected
Shiner
less usually.
just missed number 1. Surette locked and loaded on 15. He missed it right.
Another case of the wood not covering the pin. They know it.
Shiner 9. 26 through 2. Surette wasn't there. 9. 28 through 2 and string number 2. 17 pin lead in the game. 3 in the match for Exeter, the number 1 seed over the 9 seed, Central 1. Let's get Bob Lee in here for a second here. Talk about the equipment upgrade here, Bob Lee.
Hey, Paul.
Talk about the new equipment we're using here tonight.
Well, we got an ATEM Mini Pro, and we're using that basically as a video card. And I've got a couple of extra cameras, but those are reliant on the Wi-Fi, so they're not entirely reliable. As Logan Gingras pokes it through for a nosedive. Eric Pelletier. Has Granny's teeth. All right, Gingras takes care of the right-hand side. Anyway, so what we're going to be bringing out at Money Match 10 tomorrow night. We're going to be having front cams and pin cams tomorrow night, and we're just testing it out. And the pros are being good sports about it all. That was for a 10. That's a 7.
And you and Justin Skelly have that call tomorrow, 5 o'clock at Exeter Lane, Shooter Sports Club. Mark Carrier and Mark Weber, is it?
It's Carrier and Weber against Holbrook and Baker.
That'd be a good one. Thanks, Bob Lee, for the update on the technology and the money match tomorrow with Justin Skelly and Bob Lee, 5 p.m. again tomorrow afternoon. After the women's Candlepins for Cancer qualifying rounds 3 and 4, 1 and 3. Pelletier, strike! Strike, rather. Dave Barber.
Everyone in Exeter has at least one. Setback for Gingras.
Barber 17.
Though, this wood is not bad at all. Yep, 17 in the ball through 2. That's right.
I thought it was a strike.
Oh. Oh, that is a strike.
I missed that first. I missed the
no, you're
change there.
No, you're absolutely right.
Talking to Bob Lee about the equipment, I missed that shot. Gingras gets to 10, 17 through 2. Dave Barber 17 plus 2 through 2 after that strike.
Apart from that 7 box, Gingras has had nothing lower than 9. What?
The anchor ball is Justin Lyonnais. Jumps out the 6. Not saying it. Boisvert. Clipped wing eagle.
We'll be saying it pretty soon on our Candlepins for Cancer live shows coming in January and February. Looking forward to that. Here on Candlepin Bowling Network.
Mike Moore will be our special guest commentator. Not the one in Concord, though. He'll be away at a Catholic charity event that day, so he will not be available on the Butwell live show on February 13th. JT trying to clean it up. Grabs 2 out of the 3. As Meatloaf says, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Is that his saying?
That's a song, yeah.
Ah.
I'm dating myself here.
No, I've heard the phrase. I never knew it was him.
Yep. We did Paradise by the Dashboard Lights.
Yeah.
Very popular karaoke song, too. 9 for Boisvert. JT a 9. Hey, we're together for the first time in quite a while. It's great to be with you guys.
The feeling is mutual, and thank you for the water. You caught me drinking.
I was concerned with that moment of silence, but you're gulping that water down. I get that a lot. Spread eagle for JT. Boisvert, 8, 6-10, spare opportunity.
We're bad with silence.
We like to have fun.
Oh,
What a bid that was. Oh, almost.
Goodness.
Jonathan Boudreau made this with the 9 pin back for a spare.
So we had Pelletier make a similar shot. Boudreau did make it for a spare, and 2 other near misses.
And Jonathan had a sleeper pin, the 9 and back also. With an 8 fill. Boisvert missed right. Not happy with that shot. Chris still on the high level at 47 years young. JT a 9. Pair of 9s to start. The second of 3. Boisvert. Ditto. And back to top of the order, the update for Mr. Greg Gouillart.
Gouillart, that's right.
I say Gouillart half the time. It's Gouillart, officially, right?
That's right.
You get in like Paul Grant and Bob Lee is spoiled, you know?
Sorry if I didn't make that. Sorry if I didn't make that clear. 3 marks to 1 right now. 17 pins plus a couple marks. The advantage for Exeter. Mark situation overall is 6-2 in this string, and Exeter has 3 extra marks in the match as well, so that's going to be borne out as well. Pinning is just about even in all regards.
All right. Jonathan Boudreau, 29 in the ball through 2 marks in a row. Spare 9 spared. Richard Gingras Jr., 18 in the ball on lane 15.
Do I have a quote on how many times I can say the pinning is even?
No. I have quotas now. I have mandates in place. Need more sleep. Jonathan head pin it, 3-2 split on the spare, 34 through 2 in the second of 3.
I don't think that's what getting ratioed means. Here's a bad ratio, though, for Boudreau.
Gingras' bonus is 5. Once again, that Canadian bucket shot the hay bale on the diamond in the 10. 5 on the fill, 23 through 2. Jonathan, same spot, open.
Throws the hands out, settle down, keep the tempo intact.
Gingras for another mark. You got it. Off the wall. The 10 pin goes last. Back to back. 33 and a ball through 3. 3's a wild. Jonathan Nite's out. 8. 42 through 3. And not even 30 years young yet. And this guy still has so much potential.
And a lot of fire in him. He's known for that.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when you start with the 19 bucks. He knows he could have kept that going. But he's up 3 for 3 on the head pin. What more do you want?
Gotta love his intensity, though. Just missed right. 1, 2, 4, 7. Gingras Jr. on the bonus. Right side, 6. Make it 7. 1, wiggling 2, and the 8. 40 through 3. Boudreau got it spare on the horses. 52 half. Correction, 52 and a ball through 4. Gingras missed number 1. Boudreau 52 and a ball through 4.
Yep, Exeter's hanging marks now. Here we go. Yep.
Gingras a 9, 49 through 4. The lead is 5 for Central, 1 in the match. Exeter's up 9 in the string. Central won the first, 600 to 586. A big comeback by Exeter, just fell short. Cut almost 50 pins out the deficit.
Oh, that's a load.
Eric Pelletier, 8, 4 left, 8 right. That would have been his 3rd strike of the match. Do you have a strike for string 2, Eric?
Last, he had 2.
2 last spring. So I thought,
Whoa.
missed left that time.
Slipped out.
Moose in the hole.
We saw this outcome for Logan Gingras in the last string, though.
Missed the second, make the third for a 10. Haven't set up once tonight. Moose is 6. A rare 6 for him tonight.
Yeah, gainer of 4. Keep an eye on those.
2 10s and a 6, 26 through 3. Eric Pelletier, good start, 42 through 3. Second string of 3 from East Boston, Massachusetts at Central Park Lanes, home of the Friday Night Pro League Playoffs 2024.
Sure, the pinning is even, but sometimes you want some of those pins back later on. The key moments in the match, and you never know if that was a key moment, at least at this early stage.
So, Greg, you and your wife just bought a house recently?
That's right. Also, shout out to my friend Aaron, who also just got an offer accepted. Woohoo! Anyway.
Congratulations.
Looking around at the... Yeah. Jonathan Boudreau is familiar with Central Park Lanes. He gets Chuck's permission to go back there and dig into the machinery. Some high scores around the league from last week. Jason Gothier Jr. had a 152 with Academy 3. Tim Douglas had a 166 as part of a 389 series. That was opposite him in that match between Academy 2 and Central 2. Tim Jalbert had a 411 series.
He was great last week. We covered that match.
Josh Daly, 154. Nick Zuffalato with Metro Bowl, 150.
Jammin' Jalbert, he was great in the Worlds also.
Yeah. And isn't this interesting? So high single, guess who? Pete Crawford, 227. Joe Smith, 167. Remember last season how many 400s Joe Smith seemed to have?
Five or 6 last year, didn't he?
Yeah.
Led the league.
I mean, one of the most sneaky good bowlers, and of course on defending champion Academy 2. Tim Douglas had a 166, Justin Scally a 163, and Justin Waters had a 161. A slew of 150s, including Chris Boisvert in that pile with 159, and Justin Lyonnais at 153.
Went for lane delay on lane 15, second delay of the day.
High triples, we've had 12 400s so far. Pete Crawford Jr.'s 453 as part of that 227 evening. Justin Waters 439 and Josh Daly 425. I'm trying to remember if either of those were at the match we saw against Academy 2. They were certainly firing that day. Frank DeLuca 422. Nate Lees 417. We got Scott Douglas, Jimbo Ayotte, Tim Jalbert, Brian Fuller Jr., Chris Jones, Justin Scally, and Dennis Green all on the
Jimbo
list.
that 411 last 414 last week against Central 2. And what you look at these lineups and you say, how can these guys not be in first place? They're so stacked and so talented. Any given night, you never know.
Academy 2, you mean, right?
Any team, really, for that. A lot of these teams.
Oh, sure. Well, only one can be.
Yeah.
I know for certain Academy 2 was the injury bugaboo was part of that for Godwin.
It was a great finals last year, too, with Exeter. Well, it was Woburn 1 last year. And
yes.
Academy 2, they almost pulled out a big
Same
deficit.
group,
Yep.
same-ish group of people, though.
And Hingham was Union Street for years until this year.
Yeah.
At the country club now.
Yeah.
And waiting for lane 15 to start in the second string of 3. Paul Grant, Greg Gouillart, Bob Lee. Let's bring in Bob Lee, executive producer at Candlepin Bowling Network. Bob Lee, talk to the viewers about how you got this idea of doing the Candlepin Bowling Network, originally Spread Eagle Productions.
Yeah. Well, of course, we started out Spread Eagle Productions, and we were basically, I was following the ACST. I didn't even know what I was watching. It was the only game in town. It was bowlers putting up their own matches, sometimes lean with a cell phone leaning against a shoe on a table, and I'd put it on, and I sometimes they'd say, "Hey, match coming up at 11 o'clock on a Saturday," and I'd show up with my pencil and a notebook and keep score. And then I found out that the lanes were near enough for me to drive to. I was just a league bowler at the time. Wanted to figure out how the pros threw the ball, and I started showing up to matches and said, "Hey, when people like me are watching it at home, we can't really tell what the score is. If we look away, we go pick up some tea or coffee. We're out of luck, and we don't know what the score is, and we're hoping you guys will shake something in front of the screen at some point." So I said, "Can I do play-by-play?" And they're like, "Yeah, fine, do it." And that was back in 2000. the end of the 2018, early 2019 season. And then it became clear that there's a lot of people that like me that like watching good bowlers on TV, or even bad ones. And they want to see how it's done. I think we got some lane action, Paul. Anyway, that's how we got started. And now the goal of the network, when you made the big transition, the goal is to keep pro bowling alive. So I'm going to get this back to Greg and back to the action, Paul.
Thank you, Wadley, for that history lesson on Candlepin Bowling Network and the original roots of Spread Eagle Productions. Back to live action after about a 5 to 10 minute delay. Eric Pelletier, 3. Moose with 8, the 1 and 3. Not on marks. Pelletier 1-4-7-9. DeAlmeida try to split the uprights, missed right.
Isn't it funny? Moose had a 130, and now he's on a head pin cold streak. None yet.
Welcome to Candlepin Bowling, folks. 7 Pelletier, 49 through 4. Moose a 9, 35 through 4 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Update the score, the marks, and the pinfall situation from Greg Gouillart.
So 3 marks is the differential in the overall in the match, which tracks pretty well with the total score right now, and it's 7 marks to 3 in the string.
Jeff Surette, 130 in the first, 28 through 2 here in the second. Drops 9. Great opportunity here with the 6-pin for a spare. Meanwhile on the left, Billy Shiner Sr.
Hello.
Strike. Want to go right turn, Clyde goes left. Surette spare.
Now the plank lines up nicely with the single.
Second mark of the string, 38 to ball through 3. Shiner's turn. No.
Oh.
Wow.
I mean, you thought the railing would be there. Of course, the aim is to hit the pin, but especially with the gutter wood, he may have been relying on that railing a bit. I think quite reasonably.
Settles for 9, 35 through 3 in the second of 3 from CPL.
I suppose the play was to get lower on that. I couldn't tell if the ball deflected in front. Two on that fill.
That's why I hate the half Western momentum killer. 40 through 3. Shiner check mark left plus the 6-10 right.
What a great ball that is. Got the sticks at least, Surette did.
Got the middle pin, the 5.
Shiner needs them.
Surette doinks it, knew it right away. 9, 49 through 4.
Yeah, you're right. He had a sense about that. Whoops.
Shiner slips left for a 7-pin hit, a 6-box. 41 through 4. The lead is 11 for X in the string. In the match, rather, up 25 in the string, up 11 in the match. Down 2 points to none. The top seed went down 600 to 586 to number 9, Central 1 in the first.
Dave Barber on a strike. Good hit. Maybe crossed over a bit. He's got 7.
Logan Gingras, 5. Second on the strike, spare. 27 through 2, 37 the ball through 3. Logan, 1, 9, 10. What a job Dave Barber does. Ali Barber, baby on the way. Around the Pro Series, the Worlds, Mixed Worlds do a great job, don't they? Logan grabs 2 for 9. Wood holds up on the head pin for 9 blocks officially. 26 through 3. Dave Barber on the move. Teams up 36 in the string, 22 in the match. Try to make it 2 points apiece. The fill is 7, 1, 2, 4.
Phew.
44 through 3. Logan off to the right, 4. Barber, object hit, won't carry the 2-4.
Someone said he should have hit it better. That was rude.
1-5-8. That was the bowler's teammates teasing him. Try to keep the team loose as he gets a 10. 54 through 4.
Barber, the team captain.
Logan, an 8. Even at the 1-5 sent to Worcester, 34 through 4.
And, of course, an officer of the league, Dave Barber. Chris Boudreau and JT Lyonnais. Are you looking for that?
Boisvert, 1-2-7-10. JT hooks right, steals a bunch, steals 9, steals 10, strike.
Oh,
Merry Christmas, JT. 28 plus 2 through 3. Boisvert, what a bit that was. Where's my Christmas gift, he said.
Lyonnais getting all the strike fortune, a double strike, and now that.
$10, 28 through 3.
Yep, so 1 mark up on each side, so Exeter has produced a significant advantage.
Next week, we'll either be at Central 1 again, hosting Metro, Lafayette at Ryan's Millis, or Hingham at Central 2. To be determined. We'll put a post on Candlepin Chat Tuesday or Wednesday during the week.
Ooh.
Boisvert 8-1-2, spare chance. JT on a strike. Takes down 8, 7-10 goal post.
And the connection is now successful. Sorry, folks. Got marks up on the 5th bowlers, and here we go. Careful how we rustle the microphone. I will be right back.
Paul Green along with Greg Gouillart, Bob Lee on Candlepin Bowling Network, the Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week. And we'll talk to Mr. Bob Lee, executive producer at Candlepin Bowling Network. Bob, you're saying, we're talking about CBN, the live streaming started by Frank DeLuca. Does a great job, obviously, and Mike Machichi as well.
Well, that's right, and they'd been there, but it had died down around by 2019, 2020. We needed a presence. You know, the people wanted to watch the show. They didn't want to give up on the sport, and you know, Frank had little kids, and he still does put out a better production than I've ever figured out how to do. I think he spent $10,000 on his equipment.
He's a genius.
Yeah, he's a
real Dowd too.
Real pioneer. But you know, what we've done is Richard Gingras gets ready for his first ball, leaves that one right, and takes 4. Boudreau comes in the lefty on the left-hand side. That was on a spare 7 fill. 59 through 4 complete. Spare bid. Left of the head pin. Tricky triangle. Nope. That's not where it was. Gingras takes 10. In the 5th, that's going to be a 59.5. Jonathan Boudreau finds it on the 3rd one. He's at 69. Right?
Yeah, great job. I said Frank DeLuca and Brendan O'Dowd, just 2 great guys and 2 pioneers in the game of the streaming era and the technology. Do a great job.
And then, you know, with centers closing all around, Gingras throws his first ball in the 6th and shaking the 7 holds with a barn door in front of it. How about that one? A full ball strike. You worried about that being a split, but instead it was a quick one. I think 9 of the 10 pins ended up in the pit on that one.
79 plus 2 through 6 for Jonathan Boudreau. 79 plus 2 through 6 in the 2nd of 3 from CPL.
And Gingras.
10, 69 through 6. Back to Bob Lee.
That was for spare.
Oh, I'm sorry, spare.
Yep. And yeah, so but where things really started to take off was in that post-COVID when we had that U.S. Invitational, and I'd been invited to cover it, but I couldn't do it alone. I was really struggling health-wise. Moose DeAlmeida
was coming for a stroke.
Yeah, that's right. In August, it was November. I'd recovered. At least I wasn't falling over. But Pelletier brings that one in, and he throws that one right over the 4-pin on the right side. Comes in left to right. DeAlmeida. Oh, pretty. Takes care of the bundle of 5. Was on the wrong camera there for a second.
Pelletier spared a match.
And that's when, Paul, I called you in to help, and you blew a few gaskets in your voice, but we had a hell of a time. Josh Daly winning the Triple Crown.
That was awesome.
For Price's Wood Flooring. And that was the beginning, real beginning of the network, per se. And we've tried to bring in, we've got over a half a dozen announcers have brought things in. But I don't leave I think it's time to get back to the Pro League. We're all about the pro bowling. Let's not talk about our past histories.
All right. Pelletier 7 in the spare. 66 half. Joe Moose 50 half. That was filler time, Bob. Got to give Bob Lee the love. Does a lot of hard work. A lot of hours, countless hours behind the scenes doing video production. A lot of research. Pelletier for another one. Got it! What a shot for a spare.
From the heavens.
Pounds the 10 pin.
It gains 3 pins immediately.
76 and the ball through 6.
Moose did break up that head pin drought, but there we go. 5 fill, 7 box.
48 pin lead in the second, a 3 for Exeter Lanes. 34 pin lead in the match.
I don't think Exeter liked losing that first game.
Yeah, it's coming out now.
Who does? Billy Shiner, senior, breaks the half whisker somehow. 1, 2, 4, 6, 10 right. Surette 5, 10. No wood, no luck.
It must be an anti-lanes and games effect. I think the pin is just slamming hard into the pin center and just crashing into the pins from above. Rather than lanes and games, the old house in Cambridge, where they would just float into oblivion because the Jane pin setters where nothing was up there.
Jeff trying to slice and dice that 5 and the 10, just missed by a smidge. Shiner on the object pin, won't carry. 8 box, 49 half. Surette matches with an 8, 57 half. Halfway point of the match. Exeter trying to make it 2 points apiece. The number 1 seed, the number 9 seed, Central 1 on Candlepin Bowling Network.
Hmm.
6 and 9 for Shiner.
Good ball. Crossed over a bit.
Surette back in the pocket. Strike! 67 plus 2 through 6.
So good.
Shiner picks it up. Spare. 59 of the ball through 6. The marks are 4-3 for Exeter.
Yep, so the pinfall should be pretty firmly in their camp at the current moment. Overall in the string, 14-7. Overall in the match, 32-26.
And can we tell this? You can't tell what the strike for the markers, right, on the screen?
Say again?
The yellow markers are put marks, but it doesn't tell strike or spare, correct?
That's correct. It tells doubles apart, but it doesn't tell bears or strikes apart. That's a question of a few pins, but it could matter.
Logan Gingras on the pocket. 6 right, 2, 4, 7 left. Dave Barber, red hot, 54 through 4, skip lobs it. He's got the opposite side, 3-1 split. 2 left, 3, 6, 10 right. Mirror image. Logan just missed left, 2 and the 6.
Though Dave's got parallel pins on his.
Trying to kick over 1 to 3, good bid.
I was wondering if he was going to leverage the wood somehow.
Logan field goal for an 8. 42 half. Dave Barber an 8. 62 half. The lead is 48 in the string still, 34 in the match. For Exeter.
There is a pinning gap opening up in this string and match overall. 13 pins in favor of Exeter in terms of pins left standing, 14 overall in the match.
Gingras with a diamond. Barber in the pocket, try to break up the right side, no. These are the whittling 6, 2, 4, 7 left. Second string of 3. Gingras takes 2 of the 4, leaving up the 2 and the 5. Barber, good offer, not accepted. Logan cashes in for a 10. 52 half. Now it's 42. Take that 52 through 6. And 9 for Barber. He is at 71 through 6. Anchor ball's coming up, and we'll get an update from Greg Gouillart.
We have, let's see, marks are still 4-3 in favor of Exeter right now, so highest string going at the current moment would probably be Boudreau's at this point, I would say. 4 marks to 3. Outstanding.
Both balls on spares. JT first, 8. 55 through 4. 4-7, spare chance.
Lyonnais not on a spare, excuse me.
Okay, so make that not on a spare. Maybe after this ball. Boisvert crossing over, strike bid 9. That's a spare, Phil. 47 through 4.
Incidentally, I'm allowed 3 of those mistakes.
And like I said, JT is fair.
Good shot.
We're covering for you, Greg. Not easy doing your thing. We'd be off the air if I was running it. Boisvert, right on it. Back to back. 57 half plus 1.
19 and another. That's 3 19 boxes for Exeter right now.
JT crossing over 6. 8 left, 3, 6, 10 right. Boisvert lining up over the channel. Just missed the pocket, has a post. 5 in the fill, 62 half. JT missed right. 3 right, 8 left. For 3 in a row, just missed. JT a 9. 72 through 6 in the second of 3. Boisvert grabs 1 for a 9, 71 through 6. Back to the top of the order. And a station identification from Greg Gouillart.
So right now it's a pinning gap opening up for Exeter, which is in Exeter's favor, which is part of the reason we have the lead so big at the current moment. Otherwise, I'd say it's pretty much the mark differential at this point. 7 extra marks for Exeter.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification.
This is Candlepin Bowling Network on Facebook and YouTube. Please like and follow on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube so that you're always in the know about our future matches. Candlepin Bowling Network. Everywhere, Massachusetts.
Maine, New Hampshire, Moncton, New Brunswick, Canada.
There too.
In Australia, Greg Packer from Australia watching. We get Gary Renard from Texas. We have Stephen Munn watching. A lot of viewers from Halifax, Nova Scotia watching. Back to live action, top of the order. 4 in the fill. First ball on the strike, and Gingras rare 1 on the spare, 70 through 6. Second ball on the strike for Boudreau. Got the head pin.
Roll.
And ends up with a 7 fill, 86 through 6. 3, 6 to 9 beyond the 3 with a plank. Gingras, that's the shot he wanted in the first ball, 5 and 10. Jonathan grabs 2 for a 9. 95 through 7. Richard Gingras Jr. a 9. 79 through 7. You know, Richard's never bowled anything like this. 2 years ago, he joined the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour Class A Northern Conference and had a rude awakening against Josh Dilly, Jonathan Woodchill, and Chris Winnie as the Wizard All World. And 2 and 40 is Boudreau, a strike, crushed it. And now he's made the playoffs last year and in the running again this year. On a match, Boudreau strike, 6.
So remember, Central 1 also had a 2-6 defeat after winning only the first string last week. Let's see if they can go more of the distance this time around.
Nice bid, won't go. He joined a league with his sister in junior high school. Joined league shortly after high school in 1984. And nice 10 shot, pretty shot.
That's the 6-7. Hello.
Rich has a high single of 180, a high triple 454, high 5, 624 out of extra lanes. Shooter Sports Club, New Hampshire.
Boudreau has 5 marks and Pelletier has 4.
On a spare, 9, 10, strike, another mark.
I mean 5.
Loose in the pocket, 6, a check mark. Eric Pelletier, 86 through 6, 96 plus 2 through 7. Moose left.
Pulled it. Just left out of the hand.
2 in the 5. 36-year-old, another July birthday boy, 10. 67 through 7. It's all extra lanes here in the second.
Big time.
71 in the string, 57 in the match. Joe from Medford, Mass, originally Peabody, Mass. 109 is career high average for a season. A post, well, -1. Full horseman, first ball in the strike for Eric.
He was dismayed at first, but he'll like that.
DeAlmeida for strike 9. 9-pin stands.
Moose is finding the groove. That's interesting.
Joe's high single, 162. Pelletier, another mark. Wraps around the 6.
Good sticks, though.
9 on the fill, 105 through 7. So no magic 106.7 plug.
Single missed.
Eric 9, 114 through 8. And Moose wasn't there. 9, 76 through 8 from CPL, Central Park Lanes, East Boston, Massachusetts.
Maybe not the heater I suppose it was. Exeter Lanes on a tear.
Old-fashioned 22 wooden lanes, 2 levels. Surette on a strike, trying to level the pins. 1, 2, 4, spare opportunity. Billy Shiner Sr. on lane 15, the blue shirt on a spare. He delivers 7, 66 through 6. Surette for another one. He's got it. Spare on strike. 77 through 6, 87 the ball through 7. Shiner got 2, not the 4.
Rolling the wrong way.
$10, 76 through 7. Billy's from Auburn, Massachusetts. Greg, that sounds familiar, Auburn, Mass.
That sounds cool.
Mattapan, Mass, originally, section of Boston originally. It's a 113 league bowler, 116 his best season any average. 181 high single. Surette on a spare, 8 more. 95 through 7. Shiner crossing over. 9 and 10. V-shaped wood. Front of the mark. He got it. 105 and a ball through 8.
His 5th mark.
Who is this guy? Shiner can't go to the 10.
Possibly lower on that wood. Could have taken it. Instead it just spun out.
Billy pulls on Bryant's and Millis, Mass. For his league, gets a 9 box, 85 through 8. It's a romp here in the second. Extra lanes. Showing no mercy after losing that first by 14.
Shiner's had a fairly solid string. 6 headpin hits out of 8, and 3 of them have been splits, and 3 have been bona fide leads, of which he's converted 2.
When I first covered Logan Gingras against Corey Lisi in Atlantic Candlepin single straight, a 105 average. It's up around 112, 113 right now in just about 2 years. Dave Barber on the right.
His 3rd straight split.
3, 5, 10. Got it, spare.
But the most gettable of the 3 still need to be good.
81 the ball through 7. Triangle for Gingras. Too far right. Logan started when he was bowling at the age of 7, joined his first league at 16. With his father here, Richard Gingras Jr., subbing in tonight. New Market, New Hampshire, at K&G Sports Bar. He gets a 9, 61 through 7.
Couple of 400 watches, I suppose, at this early stage would be with Eric Pelletier and Jeff Surette. They're 53 over, and Jeff Surette is 55 over. Richard Gingras is 51 over, incidentally.
Dave's Phil is 5 in the Clip Wing Eagle, 86 through 7. Logan, another triangle. This time 3, 5, 6.
Spin. Wow. Okay. Make that 4 split straight.
Logan this time gets it for a spare. 71 a ball through 8. Barber an 8. 94 through 8. Anchors away. JT 72, Chris 71 through 6. Both open. 96-pin lead in the string for Exeter. Trying to make it 2 points apiece. Uphill battle for Central 1, down 82 in the match.
It's lopsided, but of course if Central 1 can find their form from string 1, they can still cut the deficit, and they could. It's still possible to take 6-2, even though the string is very much away from them.
Had a mid-60 lead early in that first string. JT 4-7, 9-10, half was to right for Boisvert for Merrimack, New Hampshire.
Lyonnais has gotten 4 splits to go with his backdoor strike.
Good second ball, 4 left, 6-10 right. He's had 2 200s in his career. JT good bit, leads up to 4-7. Chris high triple 491, high 5, 735. Part of the 2016 World Championship with Lucky Strike. 8 box, 79 through 7, JT a 10, 82 through 7 on Candlepin Bowling Network. 2 marks to 1 favors Exeter.
Yep. 2 sticks gained, but that's still an 11-pin pinning advantage for Exeter overall in the match.
A lot of Easter Classic titles on Exeter's side.
Yeah.
2 for Chris Boisvert. He's also an ICPA singles champ. Bowl of the year in 2001. Multiple Hampshire state titles as well.
Whoa.
JT 9, triangle for Boisvert. Boisvert has the high record house triple at Lakeside Lanes, Manchester, New Hampshire, 491. For a spare. He has it.
Phew, I was worried about that wood.
89 in the ball through 8.
That's why I was all up in your business. I was trying to get a look at that.
JT sails right. JT from East Green Mass his whole life. 30-year-older. 9 box. 91 through 8. Back to the top. He won unofficially as Greg checks the official scores. Right now it's 95 in the string, 81 in the match for Exeter. We'll bring in Bob Lee. Hello, Bob Lee.
Well, hell, hey, Paul. This is the Exeter that we've been watching all season. They really came. Central 1 put up a 600 game in the first. They looked like they were motivated to be playing one of the top teams, and they're going to have that bullseye on the back wherever they go. But they're showing what they can do with it.
Gingras 89 through 8 open. 7-10 pulls to 10 goes. 7-pin for a spare. Jonathan Boudreau, red hot, 105 plus 2. First ball on the strike, 4-7-8. Gingras spare. 99 in the ball through 9. Jonathan, good bid for the spare and strike. 8, 2 in the 5 stand. 113 through 8. Jonathan 9, 122 through 9. He has a 200 game to his credit, did an extra lanes in 2017. 131 his best season ending average. High triple also 491. High 5, 746. Lucky Strike World Championship Team 2016 as Gingras 8 on the spare, 107 through 9. Boudreau back in the pocket, 6-9 right, 7 left. So we can spin that wood around. Gingras.
Ooh.
Nothing wrong with that shot. Wood got in the way.
Full, I guess, but it's harsh to say, to your point.
Jonathan could try there. Jonathan has 6 pro titles and Bowl of the Year twice. Also runner-up twice.
Referring to Pro Series regular season points. Jimbo Ayotte currently defending that and playoff champion.
Bob Wickham won it the year before, and he was injured most of last year because he really couldn't participate. He's trying to come back soon. Both with 10 boxes. Richard 117 second string, 259 subbing in tonight. Jonathan Boudreau 132 second string. What did John have in the first, Jonathan?
Just checking. All scores are confirmed. Jonathan at a 110, so running 242.
Okay, commanding lead for Exeter, obviously. Going to take it the next 2 points and make it 2 points apiece. Moose. Another bundle of 5. Pelletier, check mark left plus the 10.
Again, Moose has solved the headpin range.
Eric's 114 through 8. Moose 76 through 8. Try to steal it.
Ooh.
Missed the 3. Pelletier, what a bid.
Criminy.
Moose a 9.
Maybe could have considered trampolining the wood, but
85. Sorry, Greg.
very hard to argue with that shot placement for Pelletier.
85 through 9 for Moose. Eric Pelletier, another good string. 124 through 9. Head pin it, 8. Pelletier off to left, 5.
Blanks should take this one. Moose gets it. DeAlmeida has a second spare, and he will go 11. Pelletier lets that one get away, 110. But guarantees 130. Something. 8 box, 132, and a 2-string total of 251.
Not too shabby.
To say the least. 5, 9, 10.
Moose 7 fill into a 102 second string. That's 232 after 131st.
Mm-hmm.
And back to earth here in the second. He was brilliant that first string. We're going to be tied 2 points apiece, not official yet. 6 box to go. One more string after this on Candlepin Bowling Network's Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week. Where Shiner Senior delivers 8.
A lot of oomph in that ball. Good shot.
Surette's on a spare, crossing over. He gets 7. 3 middle right, 5 left, 10 right corner. 112 through 8. Shiner for a spare. Got it.
Holy smoke. Slammed that one down.
95 in the ball through 9. Surette for another one. Oh, the violent bull slides across left to right. Missed the 5. Could not orchestrate that spare. Puts it down for a 10. 122 through 9. He had a 130, was it, in the first string?
140. No, 130.
Numbers get stuck in my brain somehow. I don't know why. I'm usually pretty good with numbers, nothing else.
That's handy.
Sometimes. Debatable. Shiner only 2 on the spare. 97 through 9. Surette back in the pocket. 9. Tailor-made spare leave.
The second plank can mess it up.
Oh, that wood slid in front can still get. Try to go to the right. He goes right through it, the bulldozer style. 132 in a ball in the 10th. Second string, 130 or better.
Now he's got a chance at 140.
He's been terrific, especially on the road this year, averaging over 124 on the road.
That puts Surette lopsidedly closest for 400 at this point.
Shiner, nice out.
Whoa.
189 for a 10.
189.
107 second string. 97 the first, 204 for 2. Surette wrapping up the second. Still rolling, still moving. Settles for a 5 on the fill. How about a 137 second string? 267. 400 alert. 133 to get to 400. Trying to get his first one of the season.
My goodness. So Central 1 just got to 600, and Exeter's going to blow past this one.
Jeff knocking the door early this season is a 389 so far. Logan Gingras on a spare. The only one for his team. Central 1, 71 the ball. That's 7, make it 78 through 8. Dave Barber on the head pin. 8-10 split. 94 through 8 coming in. Gingras just missed the head pin. Barber trying to kick it over. Nothing doing.
It was Billy you saw holding his head there, but he really didn't have that bad a string, I suppose.
Logan 10, 101 through 9, excuse me, 88 through 9, make that. Dave Barber 9 box, 103 through 9.
Five straight splits for Barber.
Sorry, Greg. Dave Barber's a high single at 208. High triple 475 and a high 5, 771. Gingras 4 horsemen plus the 7-8. Barber 2-1 split. There you go.
6 straight.
Another splitting headache.
That's going to get old real quick for him.
Gingras trying to pull it off. Missed right.
Good pins.
1 in the 8. Barber trying to get to the 4. Slams the brakes.
It's so tough to get even a 10 box out of those splits as well.
Logan gets to 10. 98. 98. Second string. Dave Barber, was that 10?
Yep, sure was. 113.
And what did he have in the first, Logan?
So Logan had a 109, so he's currently running 207. Barber was 113 plus a 121, brings him to 234.
All right, 2 boxes to go, and Chris Bouvert's on a spare to add to the lead. JT, 1-8-10. 91 through 8 coming in. Chris, 89 of the ball. A spare in lane 15. Smooth ball right in the pocket. Strike on spare. 99 through 8, 109 plus 2 in the 9th. JT spare. 101 on the ball in the 9th.
When the string is this much of a blowout, the big question is how high will it go? 3 130s from Exeter, and Boisvert is probable to go over that mark.
Their team is scary. JT off to the right, trying to get some action. Back door, 5.
Actually, not probable just yet. I'm just realizing. One more mark he could.
106 through 9 for JT. Boisvert on a strike on lane 15. Back in the pocket, a diamond. JT, tough lead, got wood to help. Missed the head pin, 147. Trying to get to 116. Second ball on the strike for Chris. 8 on the strike, 117 through 9, trying to get to 127, going into the final string of the match. JT all 3 for a 10, 116 second string. Greg will give the update on the scores afterwards. Boisvert 9, 126 second string. 1 string left, tied 2 points apiece. Exeter wins the second by 100, up 86 in the match. Paul Grant, Greg Gouillart, Bob Lee on Candlepin Bowling Network. Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week from Central Park Lanes, East Boston, Massachusetts. Thanks for being with us.
One more string coming up, so Exeter wins 2 match points for winning the second string, 2 more for the final string, and 2 more for total, so still a 6-2 on the table for one team or the other. Final marks in that string were 23-13 for Exeter, and there were 7 pins in hand in terms of pinning, as Bob goes for a walk. I'll switch the camera.
Central Exeter were Angry Birds in that second string, lost that first. Rallied from 65 or 66 down to lose by 14, and boy, they punished in that second string. 640, what a performance.
Angry Birds,
JT,
that's a reference.
Fire his team up. I never know what I know of it. I've never played the game before, but I like nice birds. Jonathan Boudreau, 5, 9, 10, left to right, starting the final string of the match.
I'm sure the green pigs would appreciate it more.
Richard Gingras Jr. have a fine night. 1-7-10. Boudreau trying to kick it over. He got it! Ooh. What a shot! Spare! How about that?
Just toppled the 9 into the 10. Beautiful.
Richard doinks it, nothing doing. Exeter trying to go 6 points to 2 with a win in the string. Greg will put the standings up, or go over the standings here later on too, before we sign off. Gingras grabs 2 for a 9 to start his final string.
I mean, in terms of what separates a good bowler from a great, shots like that must surely fit the bill, one would think.
Richard subbing in for Peter Penney tonight, the captain of the team, not here tonight. Richard's done quite fine for himself, Greg. Boudreau, 9, 10, strike!
An apt reward.
Gingras 6.
Spare strike. Oh, it was the spare. Strike on spare. Yeah.
So Jonathan 20 through 1, 30 plus 2 through 2. Gingras Jr. 1 and the 6.
How'd that 10 go down? Huh.
8, 17 through 2. The Angry Birds dominate that second string, 640 to 540, after losing 600 to 586. Already up 13 in the string, and Jonathan Boudreau on a strike next. Second bowl is a 5. Eric Pelletier, veteran bowler. Son of Nolan and Kim. 1-3-6. Moose in the pocket of Diamond.
Have you ever seen a moose hop? But DeAlmeida's got that little step in his delivery, that little hop step.
There's a teddy bear inside. Moose on the outside, he says.
Yeah.
It's 2.
That was a good look on it from that side camera. It's that second and third step, really, that does it.
Pelletier, head pin for an 8. Moose, 10. Let's bring in Bob Lee for an update.
Hey, Paul. I've been enjoying sliding back and forth between our get our front side view. See Eric Pelletier on the head pin. 2-1 reward. About 40% of head pins turn into splits in the Candlepin game, depending on your house. But there's no justice in an individual box, as we say in Candlepin. Spare bid now. Pelletier. Put a little extra mustard on that one. We see the hop. There it is, the hop step. And Moose still has 5 pins for his third ball coming up. And we'll take 7.
Eric at 10, 18 through 2, Moose 17 through 2.
Shots do go here at Central Park Lanes. It's a difficult house. But you see the big shot Boudreau made earlier and the great bid Pelletier put in it. Remember, Pelletier made a ridiculous 2-3 split, albeit on the third ball as well. A clipped wing eagle.
Trying to give Bob Lee some love here.
Of course. You can't not, our executive producer.
I know. Don't mess with Bob. Surette, nice shot, spare. Would Dave Barber make a shot like that?
He made the first one and missed the, he missed the first one and made the second.
Ten for Shiner, senior. Dave Barber up for the KK double strike when he's up next.
Surette's still building right here. He's got 8 more on that, and Surette can now pin out 375. Keep an eye on that. So 4 more marks probably, but 3 at the minimum to get to that vaunted triple total. He's got a good leave. Gone. Again.
28 in a ball through 2 here in the third and final string of the match. Shiner right on, spare. 20 in a ball through 2. For a 120 league bowler, according to Bob Lee's research on Candlepin Bowling Network, the average professional 120 bowler gets about 3.1 spares per string, 0.9 strikes. Not that's changed enough, that's what we had recently.
So 4 marks is string in effect?
Yeah.
Well, for reference, Exeter had 23. You would expect 20 by that metric in string 2.
Logan half Worcester. Dave Barber, bundle of 5. Hit the object, can't get to the 7-8.
I guess it wasn't a split technically on the plus side.
Gingras trying to work out of it, goes left, 1-8, 6-10 right. You see this leave a lot, rarely goes that wood. As Barber gets a 9 to start his final string.
By the way, when Central 1 hit 600 on the dot, they had 19 marks. Oh.
Logan a tough 6. Last year's #1 seed, the Atlantic Candlepin singles to a Class B, now in Class A, in playoff contention right now. Beating his father in the standings as well. And talk about being father-son rivalry. His father bowled in the league and went on vacation to Florida one week, and he always put money in the jackpot. Logan came in, got a triple strike, won about $2,000, and didn't give his father a penny. So they always tease each other about that all the time. Nice shot, spare.
Pick that split up.
19 the ball through 2 for Barber.
So Gingras is going to get a 9 box out of this. An interesting stat on the pinning, basically. They're basically both teams are losing about a pin per markless frame. Actually, third ball coming up now. That was a miss and a 10. So the reason Exeter really has 15 pins in hand is really because they have so many more marks right now. 46 to 33, 13 extra marks, and they have 15 extra pins, really. So really the pinning rate of both teams is quite good here. Just Exeter is making so many good shots.
Pouring it on here early in the third, up 25 in the string, a triple-digit lead in the match. They have 3 hits to 1 in their favor also. The hits keep on coming. Sounds like a radio commercial for the American Top 40.
Our station identification is so confused, but you know where you are. You're on Candlepin Bowling Network on Facebook and YouTube.
Okay, at 136, JT 1810, starting their final string. JT on 15, lane 16, Chris Boisvert. #1 seed.
By the way, please like the video wherever you are. Just hit that thumbs up button so that more people can watch this match or perhaps discover this great game of Candlepin bowling.
Good hit by JT. Boisvert at 10. JT at 10. My one and only promo this holiday season. It's Candlepin gift card time. Don't forget a good stocking stuffer.
Yes.
Help your local bowling centers. Invest in Candlepin bowling. Great way to get friends and family involved. You see relationships, marriages in Candlepin bowling. Lifelong friends. A great sport for all ages. People in the hundreds bowl, 90s, 80s bowl.
If I remember, Brighton, it's American Flatbread, not Flatbread Company, had a wedding on the lanes.
Yep. Boisvert delivers 9 pin for a spare. JT looking at a check mark, 4, 7, 8, and 10. Got 3 pieces on the wood on the deck, maybe make it 4.
And the best way for gift cards, just ask your local proprietor if they have any deals going if you're looking for holiday gift ideas. I guess that's the best advice, pretty much.
It's for any occasion, too. Birthdays, holidays, anniversaries, graduations, any occasion. A thank you gift. Boisvert spare.
So if you're in the giving mood, keep your center in mind.
JT won't go. Candlepin gift cards this holiday season, all season long. The gift that keeps on giving.
I'm trying to figure out, probably was the best piece of wood for JT to play. It just didn't work out.
Ends up with a 10, 20 through 2.
A lot of 10s on the Central one side. They are pinning well, probably better. No, they're pinning losing about a pin per markless frame. Here's the lineup. Sorry about that. 6 marks to 1 for Exeter. They are indeed dumping it on at the current moment. Remember, Jeff Surette is furthest along, able to pin out 375 even if he got a 0 fill somehow, but pinned out perfectly. But point being, a few more marks, and he could be on his way to 400.
Every Friday night, the Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week on Candlepin Bowling Network. Next Friday night, we'll have a match to deliver. We don't know what it's going to be yet, pending approval. We always ask the visiting team, the home team, for their permission. Some locations, due to Wi-Fi, we can't cover it. Some space restrictions. So we'll narrow it down and put it up during the week.
Remember, a few hours ago, the top 2 for Central 1 really poured it on. They really need to start that now.
That helps. 9. Richard Gingras Jr. Must have heard you, Greg. We're drawing a strike. First ball is 9.
No, I hope no one does. No one needs that.
Clean shot at the 6 for a spare. Missed it. Boudreau's turn for the 7. Spare.
Trickiest for the
strike.
lefty.
Spare, strike, spare. 40 through 2. 50 to ball through 3. Gingras keeps the 9 box. 26 through 3.
Sorry to step on that call, Paul. Spare, strike, spare for Boudreau. That was the same sequence Gingras had in the first string. to start his string.
Strike bid 9 again.
Got the first ball solved.
Deja vu. Boudreau hooks right. Breaks the half. Worcester somehow gets 5.
That's the 1, 5, 6, 7, 10. Good luck with that.
He's got Wood to help, possibly. 55 through 3 in the third. 2-for-1 special for Gingras. This time he gets it. 36 in the ball through 4.
Negative body language, but if Mark's chained, that could change.
Boudreau with the Wood. Grabs 3, 1 in the 4.
Interesting. Although I do think that Wood behind the 5 wasn't going to cover the 10, so I don't blame him for trying to leverage that.
Nine. 64 through 4. And he's having a big bounce back this year, too.
Again, if you make the Pro Series singles a limb cut on a broken pair of shoes, that's pretty good. House shoes in that case.
Moose on lane 16. Right in the pocket, he gets 9. Layup chance with a 4-pin. Eric Pelletier gets 8-2-7 mini split. Both not on marks. Eric 18, Joe 17 through 2. Now is a spare. 27 the ball through 3.
Top 2 are starting to fire away.
Eric missed left, leads up the 2.
Someone yelled hurry at that piece of wood like a curling rock.
Pelletier 9, 27 through 3. You ever done curling before, Greg?
No, never. Great game, virtually chess on ice.
Moose leans in, fires away.
Yeah.
4-2 split. Fireball, Eric Pelletier crossing over. 7, 9, 10.
Moose really cleans the ball in his hands. Kind of reminds me of Justin Waters.
Not a good piece of wood, but some wood's better than no wood.
Yeah. That Chris Boisvert is talking about the shot here. That's a load of rubbish.
Chris is trying to bait me into swearing.
So
not going to have it, Chris. Oh, what a shot!
That's even more bullshit.
That is absolutely ridiculous.
Say it even more.
An absolute piece of manure.
This
I completely agree, Chris.
This show is rated PG, no pun intended.
7 bucks for DeAlmeida. And that's out of the channel. That'll be 9 for Pelletier if anyone saw that.
Dave Barber's trying to make it rated R here.
Say the word, Paul.
Hey, if I can't say the LD word, I can't say that.
Blame.
They said
you
bull, you know what? But I'm not going to say it. Guys, having a lot of fun here. Always fun when you have 100 pins, right?
Exeter's having a great time at the moment.
Back to live action. Greg, take over a couple of boxes, please.
You got it. 5 fill for Shiner on that. Fill is high for Surette. Remember, he's cooking a big series. It is 9 and a 37 pair. That's a good crack at that, and Shiner can't get the 7 to go. Surette, ooh, just in front of the 10. Still 7 boxes to go after this to pick the mark. Shiner picks a stick, that's 10, perfect 3. 35 through 3. Surette gets that one, he's perfect as well. 47 through 3. We're having a lot of joke about lemon drop. Well, they've said lemon drop, we'll say it as well.
I would pay $1 to hear that right there every single time. Well, that guy should have thrown a better ball.
Shiner. Here's Surette. Got on the head pin. Threw a pretty good ball there. He's got a 3-pinner. The 2, 4, and 7.
Have a good old time with Exeter Lanes.
The running joke is they should have thrown a better ball or something like that.
They want me to say the BS word.
Oh, no. Baby split? Oh, that's a spare. Right. Shiner threw an 8 box. I think Surette could have thrown the ball better there.
That was a bull spare.
Ah. All right. Dave Barber, 19 and a ball. Gingras, 16.
I got to get some sleep tonight. Got the women's doubleheader tomorrow, 1 and 3. Triple header on Sunday.
41 marks to 35.
Go back to Greg Gouillart.
Barber's got 6. He's again splitting. A big amount of splits. 1, 8, 10 goes for Logan. That's a good spare pickup there. And Barber picks that up. In response. The marks piling in. Again, Exeter's got 9 marks to 4. Not again, I'll tell you now. 9 marks to 4 for Exeter. Jonathan Boudreau could feasibly get up to 400, but he would need a lot of marks in a hurry. Logan straight down the middle, right as he was trying to get momentum going. Barber gets a hay bale. He's still yet to get a bona fide leave on the headpin for the past several knocks, despite impeccable accuracy. 5. Actually, Barber has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 headpin hits, and none of them have been a bona fide spare leave. But that goes. Hay bale's not a terrible one, the Canadian bucket. By the way, help wanted, folks. Is bucket actually a widespread Canadian term, or did we hear it from one guy? Help us out here. $8 for Gingras, 36-4, bringing up Boisvert and Lyonnais. JT, remember, had that double strike in string number 1. Kick this off. One right here would be nice. He's got the head pin. He's going to take the 2, which isn't ideal. At least he has a piece of wood to support it. To load, Boisvert got 7. Make it 8. Lyonnais spun the wood. Neither corner carries, even though the 10 got tapped. Boisvert spares. That'll be nice and easy. Lyonnais 9. So 3 marks for all of Boudreau, Surette, Barber, and Boisvert still has a box to play against them all. Not that they're playing against each other. Lyonnais splits again. He's got the 9-10. He's now on a split streak, 3 straight. Chris Boisvert, head pin, the fill is high, it's 8. He's got 3 straight bona fide leaves. The wood was there for Lyonnais, he spares. And
Boisvert going for a spare.
Ooh, cherry picked it. What a bunch of baloney.
He thought it would be a brilliant shot.
Brilliant.
Too much money, Python. Brilliant. I'm getting silly here. 9. Triple header Friday for me. Back to the top of the order. Paul Grant, Bob Lee, Greg Gouillart on Candlepin Bowling Network Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week.
Hey, we have breaking news, Paul. Billy Shiner has been drawn into the ACST. Danny Finn convinced him to join, and he will be bowling Dan Esdale on Sunday. He was just telling me. Fascinating.
Watch out, ACST. The Shiner is coming.
An injured player. Yeah, Esdale. That'll be on Sunday.
All right, Greg, thanks for the commentary. Richard Gingras Jr. on a spare, 36 in the ball. Jonathan Boudreau, 64-4. Pounds the strike zone with a spread eagle. Remember, made this earlier in the first string. Almost pulled his team back from a 65-pin deficit or so. Lost by 14.
Oh, that's a...
Gingras the wobble. 9 in the spare. 45 through 4. Here in the third. Boudreau on the object won't carry.
19 boxes can erase the deficit in a hurry. He did miss a single in the third, but made it in the fourth.
Extra control the match. Central try to get the string. Spare.
Got his singles practice in.
5's a wow. 55 through 5 and a ball for Gingras Jr. Boudreau a 7. 71 half. He's not happy about that 7 box.
Yeah, especially when you get a 9 fill and you oppose it with a 7. There's still a hill to climb, but it's lesser now.
Back in the pocket, 6. Decent wood behind the 2, 4, 7, 6 to the right.
Now Boudreau's got 4 splits and 6 boxes.
Gingras just missed right. 5 on the spare. 60 half. He had a 142 in the first. Jonathan trying to kick it over. Just missed. Not by much. Gingras chops out 2. 179.
3 lonely islands for the pinning.
The skipper and Marianne. Jonathan 8. You're
If you say so.
You know, you're too young to know Gilligan's Island. Boudreau 8, 79 through 6. Gingras a 9. Richard Jr. 69 through 6 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Greg, how can they get Candlepin Bowling Network?
You found it. It can't be that hard. Candlepin Bowling Network is available on Facebook and YouTube. Remember, we have presence there, and sometimes we put news in one, streams in one. And so please make sure to follow us in both places so you're always in the know about the latest bowling content.
And let your friends and family know about this great game of Candlepin Bowling as well. Pelletier, half Worcester Moose, reverse triangle. Eric, good bid, 5 in the 7. Moves for a spare.
Aha!
He got it!
You know, I just was thinking I had an irresistible urge to call that the boomerang,
Brilliant!
and the pin did come back. The box is 9. Pelletier's got 45 half. Yeah, gap's closing in a bit. 51 now. There are still 22 boxes to play. Plenty of time for that deficit to be erased. Plus, what if the fills fizzle?
What a great ball he throws. Pelletier for a strike. He's got it!
Aha!
10 go down to the heartbeat. 65. Make it 55 plus 2. Moose, 9.
Whoa.
Kingpin, it's the 5 on the spare. 57 half to 55.
Huh? You're all pointing. Yes.
For a spare. He got it.
Yeah. So Bob remarked something interesting, that as Moose goes to deliver the ball, he also sort of like tosses the ball up just ever so slightly much. Almost like, now, begs the question, how do you get a consistent grip out of that? But, hey, it works.
Hey, at least you could say he's elevating his game.
Ah.
Surette. 6-10 spare chance. On the spare. 65 through 4. China drills 9. Like Bob just alluded to, back in the now joining the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour, placing the twister, Scott Douglas.
Oh!
Surette
Wait.
gets robbed, and the wood blocks the ball. And China in the channel.
Missed chance there.
Jeff in the great chance for 400 now. 9. 74 half. China, for the first time tonight, the Paul Grant Special. Missed the second, make the third. Greg Gouillart, is it ever a good time for that?
Mm-mm.
Unless I'm bowling you, of course, which I can't bowl anymore. 53 half. One and done, as Bob Lee would like to say. Extra 49 in the game. Have the match pretty much wrapped up. It's a question of 6 or 8 points.
Oh.
Surette, 5 in the 10. So we can use that wood.
Remember, Surette can pin out 391.
China strike bid 8. 9 left, 10 right on lane 15. Back to 16. Surette for a spare. No.
just no way. The left side of that wood was just the left side of the 5-pin rather was completely obscured.
Shot a good offer, not accepted.
And that wood was just misaligned. Maybe the right tip in a dream world could have taken it for Billy.
Jeff gets a 10 box, 84 through 6. And what's that put as Shauna gets a 9, 62 through 6? What does Jeff have currently with the 84 total?
He's working towards 391, so 351 and pins down.
Okay, so 2 marks would help.
By the way, one last comment. Billy Shiner Sr., we'll see more of him in the ACST.
Yeah, we just talked about that.
Substituted in.
Yeah, we just talked with Bob Lee about that when you were getting the score check.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let me know if I do that, sorry.
That's okay, you didn't know. Plus, people are tuning in and out different times anyway, so.
Oh, brother.
Big plug for the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour. What a great job Danny Finn has done running the league.
What in the world does Dave do to have to do to get a good leave?
Logan 3-6-10. Dave has the 3-6-10 with the ball to go.
Logan really needs to make this shot to give his team a chance.
They're down 54 in the string. Up 2-1 in marks. Just missed right. Dave Pro 10 on the Eagle. 64 through 5. Gingras wide left for a 9. Just a bit outside.
Yeah.
45 half.
Tempo's quickened up. That's going to happen, unfortunately. It's an absolute party atmosphere here for the visitors. Can't let that phase you.
Barber pounds the strike zone, only 6. 2-7-8-10. Gingras head pin, a 2-1 split. Featuring the 3-6 right, the 4 on the left. Getting frustrated.
That's now 12 straight head pin hits for Barber without a really good head pin lead.
Good bid.
That wasn't bad.
Pin falls down from the heavens. Can't reach the 10. Gingras, good bid there. Won't go. A for effort. Dave doinks it for 9, 73 through 6. Logan Gingras, 10, 55 through 6 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Hey, Bob, talk about the money match tomorrow night with Justin Scally and Bob Lee in the call.
Well, it will be our 10th, and each of the bowlers put up $500, and the owner, Rob Ficaro Sr., is going to be also putting up $500 for a $2,500 match. Imagine that it's $25,000 have been bowled for in 10 matches. As Chris Boudreau finds the 3-pin.
JT Spear is 6, so 45 through 4. Back to Bob Lee.
Yeah. And we're going to get our first look. All the other bowlers, Baker and of course Mark Carrier and Mark Weber are going to be defending their championship. And it'll be our first look at Craig Holbrook in a money match with Sean Baker. I don't know who's the favorite, but certainly the more famous bowlers would be Baker and Holbrook, and Canada defended by 2 of their best, maybe 2 of the 3 best from Canada.
Both 10 boxes. And Mark Carey and Mark Weber played an epic ACST main final, 686-685, a must-see match, a match of a generation on Candlepin Bowling Network. Now they join forces to go for the repeat with Justin Scally, Bob Lee tomorrow, 5 o'clock live on Candlepin Bowling Network, recorded just in case, uploaded to YouTube later on that night.
There's Chris Boudreau back on the head pin, but he leaves the diamond. JT Lyonnais in through the 3-hole, and I'm going to hand this back over.
Okay, thanks, Bob Lee.
By the way, a great out for JT Lyonnais on that last one, the 1-7 into the 8.
All that for a 10. Nice shot, spare for Boisvert. 75 in the ball.
Oh, ringing 6 for Lyonnais.
JT left for a 9.
Bob mentions the head pin trip, the front pin trip, the back one.
64 through 6. 4 bucks to go for each bowler. Winding down here on the 3rd and final string of the match. The Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week every Friday night on YouTube and on Facebook.
So we're waiting for Central 1 to give us a reason to believe that we can swing the courses, because right now Exeter is still continuing their charge through, despite the fact Dave Barber is getting completely hosed on the head pin, despite being rock solid on it. Remember, Jeff Surette is closest to the 400. He can pin out 391. Furthest along on Central 1 side is Richard Gingras, who's got a couple spares that can now pin out 368. He's still in range for 400. So is Jonathan Boudreau, 361 he can pin out.
Back to the top of the order. Richard Gingras Jr. subbing in, having a decent night, I would say. 142 first. Greg, what was the second string again?
Gingras had 142 and 117.
Not too bad. Over average. Well over in the first. Dealing with the 4 string right, the 1-3-6-10. Jonathan Boudreau hooks left, gets the 4-7-8. He's at 79 through 6. Gingras 69 through 6.
Gingras had that chain of 9 drops, losing the range a little bit now, but he can run it down.
Gingras for a spare, chops out the 3. Boudreau goes left, goes right after going left, and has the 1 and 9. The team's up 49 in the string. Big in the match. Gingras 8, 77 through 7.
Tried to take the safe way out to get the pair of pins.
Everybody says pick the number in the lottery. That's not a good high payout anyway. You pick 3 numbers like 777. You never win much money if you do get it.
Yeah, you don't want to share.
As Boudreau gets a 10, 89 through 7.
Just like Pete Crawford Jr. has to split the triple strike pool.
I know.
With himself.
He'll be beside himself.
Yeah.
Like that Weird Al Yankovic song.
I guess he has to cash 2 checks now. Pity.
Like that Weird Al Yankovic song. He makes fun of Tiffany's. I think I'm alone now. I think I'm a clone now.
Yeah. Although Treasurer Joe Tavernese will probably find a way to consolidate that payment.
I wonder if he gets double taxed on it.
Oh, yeah, we are kind of publicizing this income, aren't we?
We'll put a zip on that. Boudreau at the clip wing eagle. Grabs 2. Richard looking for 3 here at least. And does so for a 9. 86 through 8 here in the third at CPL, Central Park Lanes, East Boston, Mass.
Yeah, again, let's take a look here first of all. Boudreau gets 8. Yeah, basically losing a pin per open frame in the American sense, American Open. So, but maybe there's not a lot of intrigue in it in this particular match, but one thing's for sure, if you can't pin, you can't join these guys up here. That's for certain.
Exeter's up Hawaii 5-0 here in the third.
See if he tosses that ball up again. Whoop. Yep.
Moose on a spare. Eric Pelletier on a strike. Moose's fill is 6. 73 through 6. Eric for double. Will it go? Yes!
Ooh.
Double strike. Wow!
About a matter of time. Exeter is 13 strikes to Central 1-6. The double was almost overdue.
Moose open with number 1.
Recall JT Lyonnais has one earlier from string 1.
Moose a 9, 82 through 7. He had a 130 in the first.
That does put Pelletier in shouting distance for a 400 as well. He needs a lot more help to do that, but that's now on the table again with that double.
Moose 1, 3, 5, 10 for a triple. Ooh. 7. That looked good, didn't it?
That would have been the express route there. A bunch of bunk.
Yep. The B-U-L-L.
How do you come up with anything other than that solution?
Yeah. Now we're feeling a bit bearish on this leave, the 6-7-9.
He wants to say it so bad, too. He does. He's holding it.
Pelletier
8 on the second one.
up to 90 through 7. Moose grabs 2 for 9, 91 through 8. Eric in 8 box. The power of the double strike, 98. 98 through 8 here in the third.
All right, Jeff Surette looking for 391. Let's flip back to camera 1. There was some glitching.
Chris Boisvert, you work for WBS?
That ball right there is a lot of bull cucka. I'm saying right now, because this is PG-13 or 12 or whatever it is, but Greg is dying to swear. I know he is. He is dying on
the heck I'm not.
Swear. He really is. He saw that ball and he went, oh, that.
You shut your gosh darn mouth.
We're not taking the bait here. We're trying to stay in the air.
He's trying so hard. Bob Lee over there is dying laughing. Like, I feel sorry for the guy.
Billy Shiner,
really wants
spare
to say
chance.
It, but he really wants to say Greg say
Shiner
it.
spares.
He really wants to see Greg say it. I'm telling you right now, he does. He really does.
Surette's turn.
Oh, you got to try harder than that.
$9.
So that does mean Surette now needs 2 marks to get to that 400. He's got 3 boxes remaining with which to do it.
I told him if he gets a 400, he has to do an interview. I think that's why he's tanking it on purpose. That means let's talk to Chris Boudreau instead for the interview.
I'm going to have to rustle a microphone very quickly if we're going to do that.
I bet you he's going to get a $3.99 just to get me. 2 for Shiner. On the spare, 74 through 7. Surette, a diamond. Team in command of the string have the match won. Billy Shiner, 4-10. Not wrong. Not a bad shot. That second ball. Surette for a spare. He got it. Interview still pending. 103 in the ball through 8.
$8.
8 for Shiner's senior. 82 through 8. His brother here watching on hand. Turn over to Greg Gouillart here just for a moment.
Like you give a test first. Okay? You give a test first. You listen to yourself.
We'll keep you alive for now. We'll get back to Greg in just a moment. Rich's team needs a big. Logan Gingras' team needs a big spark. Triangle 2-4-5. 55 coming in. Dave Barber 73 through 6. A spread eagle.
Split.
He says he quits.
I mean, 13 straight splits and nonsense. Unreal.
Bunch more lucky, he said. Gingras for a spare, missed right, not his night. But give this kid a couple years. Very promising young bowler, Logan Gingras out of Exeter Lanes. Shooter Sports Club, New Hampshire.
Ball tailed away on that 2-pin. He gave such a smirk to the camera just then. Gingras 10.
65 through 7 here in the final string of the match.
He's got nothing lower than 9, though. I mean,
9.
Barber's hamming up his bad luck, but he's pinning well.
Well, Bob Lee did a study a few years ago, right? And I think it's 47% of the time when you head pin results in a spare or strike for the average pro bowler. Doesn't seem like it sometimes, obviously, but in the long run, it's a good thing.
There goes the head pin streak. It was 13 straight, I reiterate.
Speaking of money matches, we're going to talk about the main men's money match 9 coming up next weekend. Gingras open. Barber is also another split, but didn't have the head pin that first ball. Got it on the second. Logan, $10. 75 through 8. Barber, nice 9. 91 through 8. The main men's money match 9. Facebook, later on YouTube, Candlepin Bowling Network. Next Saturday, December 9th, 11 o'clock start. Defending champions Jeff Lapierre, Mark Webber going for number 7 in a row. Taking on Dom Drake and Richard Beveridge Jr., who has a 441 perfect 3 strings.
Yes, that's right. No pins left standing in 3 strings.
How many balls can say that? I'm sure there's been a few. JT7, Boisvert's on a bonus. Takes down 7, 136. Going for another one, 82 through 6. Team trying to put it away. Looking good for 6 points after dropping the first, 600 to 586. Been pounding the strike zone since. Literally. Boisvert grabs 2 of the 3. JT Lyonnais, 8, 72 through 7. Chris gets a 10 box, 92 through 7 on Candlepin Bowling Network.
Boisvert's only left the 1 pin standing in this string.
JT goes left, 1-3 in front, 4-7 left. Winding down here in the match. Boisvert, right in the pocket, a diamond.
before I scuttle off for a score check, I'll just point out that Jeff Surette on 390, if he gets 10s, would be the closest to 400 at this point. I mentioned other remote possibilities, but that's pretty much out of play.
Remote possibilities live in person.
Well, it's in the miracle zone of possibilities.
That's a 10 for Justin Lyonnais, JT 82 through 8. Bowls in all tournaments to get better and better, and he has. Boudreau 9, 101 through 8. Back to the top of the order, final 2 boxes for each bowler from Central Park Lanes, East Boston, Mass. Week 12 of 35, the Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week on Candlepin Bowling Network with Greg Gouillart, Bob Lee, and Paul Grant. Great to be with you again. Back at it next Friday night between 7:30 and 8 o'clock. Teams to be determined later on. Let's bring in Bob Lee just for a moment. As bowlers switch sides.
That's right, Paul. I've just been I'm just watching the technique on the bowlers and noticing that Chris Boisvert and Dave Barber are among the only ones that are throwing with 4 steps instead of 3. 3 is the norm. For I mean, there's no one style, but seeing let's watch Jonathan here. Look at him from the side. I think Jonathan may be taking a half step. I think that's 3.5 steps, maybe a 4th step as well. Gingras, 1, 2, 3. Yep, absolutely. For a lot of league bowlers, you should take note also of how they take the ball back.
There's a spare.
Beautiful spin. Beautiful spare.
107 the ball through 9 here in the 5th. But
Jonathan, one of the great students of the game.
Absolutely.
And also one of the great teachers.
He's a teacher as well.
Yeah, he gave me a lesson last night. I threw 7 spares in a row for the first time in my career.
Then what happened?
Yeah, downstairs. Well, it was I sandwiched around an 86 and a 106, but it showed. I was like, wait, this is too easy. The way the way he talked about it, the way his rhythm. Let's watch his rhythm. It's fast, but it is. He starts slower and finishes faster, and that's the key to his delivery. You can't go from 0 to 70 miles an hour.
Richard goes from 0 to 9 in that first ball.
Yeah. Without hitting all the numbers in between.
Boudreau for a spare off the wall. No. So you can go to Jonathan Boudreau University, huh, Bud?
That's right. One of the other things Jonathan talked about with me was look at his eyes. His eyes are ahead. He's looking at the pin. Now I can't do that. I have to look down at where the ball's going to land. But he says that when he made the transition from being a spot bowler, and looking at an arrow to seeing the pins, that's when his game really took off, when he was in his teens.
Okay, Greg, an update on the bowlers' first scores there in the 3rd string and the total for the 3.
So Boudreau got a 123 for a 365. And Rich Gingras 104 for a 363.
121 average filling in. Average 115 last time.
Yeah. Richard almost beat his man.
Eric Pelletier 247. Moose 138. Not the 3.
But hey, you come off the bench and you hold your own against Jonathan Boudreau.
Eric at 9.
And a 9.
Let's talk to Bob Lee about Joe Moose's approach here, too. A very interesting approach. Bob?
All right, well, we're watching Eric Pelletier and Moose DeAlmeida. I'm going to show you the side view, but I want you to focus on is Moose. Watch what he has this routine. Flips the ball up, takes a hop, so you can see the hop from behind, but what he's doing in front is he's actually tossing the ball up. It's the key to start his motion. Oh, beauty bid for Pelletier. Oh, missed it there. Sorry about that. We get one more look at a Moose ball. There he is. He rubs it, and then there's the toss, and then he's off. And he's off. Nice pick up for the 10.
Hop, skip, and a 10.
The 1-7-10.
That's right.
The Augusta Main Special. Speaking of Mark Carrier, tomorrow night's money match with Justin Skelly and Bob Lee in the call with Mark Weber against Sean Baker and Craig Holbrook. That'd be a good one. 5 o'clock live on Candlepin Bowling Network after the ladies. Candlepin's Cancer rounds 3 and 4 at Riverwalk Lanes on Facebook, 1 and 3. Surette, 400 alert, 7 to fill, 110 through 8.
All right, he needs one more mark for 400, basically.
Sean at 82-3, gets 82 through 8 coming in, gets 3. Surette for a spare. He got it!
There we go. Maybe. Has to be filled.
120 in the ball. China just missed the 7.
Had a few of those bounce backs.
So what's the magic number for Jet to get to 400?
Surette needs a 3 fill and a 10 box is the bare minimum.
All right.
Shiner's 10, 92 through 9. So
Needs a 127, is it? 126?
Yep. That's correct.
126 or 127?
133, really.
Okay, that's right, 133.
There we go.
8. That'll put him in the 400 club.
Confirmed 400.
Get the microphone ready. Shina drills 9. 8-pin for a spare.
I mean, if he wants to.
Exeter is going to win 6 points.
Oh,
another
yeah.
spare. 3 in a row.
Oh, yes.
138 in the ball in the 10th. Missed a 400.
That's
Shina
a spare.
picks up spare.
And to think I was worried about that 400. Never a doubt. 138 in a ball. His highest strings of 130, 137. What is happening here? What is that? Careful of rustling that microphone.
Bonus is 7. 145. Final string for Jeff Surette. Shina drills 9 in the spare.
Good
Nice finish. 111. What's Jeff's final score for?
Billy Shiner got 315, which is up from last week. Jeff Surette, 412.
Wow.
Dave Barber and Logan Gingras.
Dave Barber, spread eagle, another split. And Logan matches it.
The day he gets a 9 drop, it's going to be quite the shock. Gingras said, I want to break 100. I won't.
Barber trying to work out of it. Good bid. Gingras' turn. Same spot. He's on the head pin at least. Good say.
Yeah.
Barber 9.
He's not taking it as well, to be fair. I wouldn't be either.
109. Logan a 6 box. 81 through 9. It's been a grind all night for the 25-year-old.
I think Dave will be quite happy with this video evidence about how robbed he's gotten throughout. Oh my God, he's got a real leave.
5-8 now, but wood could be a problem.
Oh, of course it is.
Gingras has a check mark.
Check mark can go.
Barber won't go.
I guess he did get robbed after all.
Doesn't need it, obviously. Logan missed right. That kind of a night. Barber a 10 box. 110 final string. Logan Gingras 9. Disappointing 90. Third string totals, Greg, for those two bowlers.
Dave Barber 344. Logan 297.
Logan's been terrific in the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour. Now in Class A, after being the number 6 seed 2 seasons ago, last season the number 1 seed. Joe Moose DeAlmeida, his teammate, knocked him out in the conference finals. A thriller down to the wire at Candlepin Bowling Network. Final 2 boxes, Chris Boisvert, 101 through 8. Justin Line is 82 through 8. Exeter's going to take 6 points, commanding, dominating win since the first string loss by 14. Won by 100 even the second, right, Craig?
Yep, that's right.
Up 99 here. And over 600 again. Boudreau missed that chance. Not an easy one. Over 600 now. JT spare. 92 in the ball in the ninth, trying to finish up strong. Thank you for watching this great game of Candlepin Bowling. Share with your friends and family. Invite them to bowl. Candlepin Bowling, nothing like it. A sport for all ages. Chris at 9, 110 through 9. We'll try to talk to one of the bowlers if we can before we sign off. Chris Boisvert, possibly. Boisvert, 3 in the 7. JT on the bonus. 4, 96 through 9. Final box of the match from Central Park Lanes, East Boston, Mass. On Candlepin Bowling Network. A wood check here as Jeff Surette will check lane 16.
That's the worst when you have to go out and check it at this point.
Dominating performance for Exeter Lane's #1 seed, showing why they're a force to be reckoned with this year. In the finals last year also.
I guess it was out.
Jeff playing a little shuffleboard there.
Oh, it kind of reminds me of bar billiards, which is a United Kingdom game where you got Skittles on the felt. You got to plan your shot around it. It's a game of billiards, basically. Naturally.
Tough leave. Field goal. Just missed inside. JT trying to pick it up. 1-3-6. Final ball of the match.
Hope it's a better ball.
Boisvert did make Jeff's trip worth it. Missed it both times for an 118 final string. JT at 9, 105 final string. The final score in the update from Greg Gouillart.
Yeah, it's good anchoring from Lyonnais. He got 343. Chris Boisvert likewise 350. Here you go. Here's the scores on your screen. I'm going to fuss with tech, I think.
No, we're not going to do an interview today, Greg. No interviews tonight, so we're going to cut it off here. Just give us a rundown of all the scores,
Sounds
Greg,
good.
And we'll wrap it up.
Here we go. So, yes, a sec, please. 1839 to 1660. Exeter takes the final 2 match points for total and 2 match points for string 3 to make it 6-2 in the standings. That'll put them surely even firmer in first place. And here are the totals. 412 for Jeff Surette. Eric Pelletier, 368. Boudreau, 365. Richard Gingras off the bench, 363. And there you have it, folks. On behalf of Bob Lee, on behalf of Paul Grant, my name is Greg Gouillart. Thank you very much for watching this presentation of Candlepin Bowling Network. And until next time, so long.